thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams in the building. And we back. Make sure y'all guys can hear me. 2 minutes today, USA Boxing. We are back. Man, everything going good right now, man. Everything is good, man. Everything Gucci. Happy. You know what it is, man. 2 more days. We're gonna put all things aside. Everything going to rest, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Knocked down 305, my brother, Dade County's finest. It's in the building, Dade County. The boys out of Dade County, bad boy, man. Got a lot of family down there, but them Dade County, woo, Lord have mercy. Shout out to Al Money, always getting money. I've been saying they call Al this for a little bit. Al Money, always getting money. Yeah, and shout out to Swat Jones, man. Hey, Swat, what's happening, man? Swat, what's happening, man? It is what it is, man. I'm going to give people some words of advice. Before you think about betting anybody, never bet more than what you can stand to lose, right? Like me, I got $3,000 out there, right? I got $3,000 out there. A couple of my homeboys as well and some stuff online. Always bet what you can stand to lose. You get what I'm saying? If you can't stand to lose it, if it's coming out of your rent money, if it's coming out of your car note money, if your wife gonna be looking at you sideways, if it's coming out of your child support money or whatever the case may be, don't bet it. Never bet what you can't stand to lose. You get what I'm saying? Remember that. True. That's why if you lose the money, it don't hurt you. It's like a dude like back in the day, like a lot of the big dope boys, they used to trick off on a lot of chicks. Now, of course, you heard this saying that Lil Wayne came up with years ago, well, you know it ain't tricking if you got it. That's a lie. Tricking is tricking. If you got it, that just means you can afford the trick. If you don't got it, then that means you can't afford the trick. But tricking is tricking. You know, so when you hear people sit back and say, you know it ain't tricking if you got it, no, that's something that a trick made up in order to make himself feel good about tricking. True. No, nigga, you still tricking, whether you got it or don't. That's something a trick made up in order to justify his tricking. Well, it ain't tricking if you got it. No, it's still tricking, nigga. You just can afford the trick. That's all. It's the same thing. Right? Don't bet no more than what you can stand to lose. We know online I got what? I got a $500 bet going on. I got $350 with Trap from Orlando, $40 with Boxing Scientist, and $100 with Keno. So that's round off $500, right? So if I lose, I gotta pay $500 out there. You know what I mean? I got another $500, and then I got $2,000. I got $2,000 at the barbershop. My barber got the money. When we bet on the street, somebody got a hold of money. Week of the fight, he go the money. I gave my money. Other partners gave their money. Whoever win, of course, the barber get his cut. My main man get his cut. He gonna get his cut from the bet, and then it's the payout. That's how it works. True. Anyway, man, let's get into the show. Let's how many people we have here? Oh, we got 188. Fast. Okay, let's give everybody that's here a round of applause. Round of applause. As a matter of fact, let me turn this light up a little bit more. Seems like it's kind of darkish. Like me, guys, I got about, when I run my show, I probably got about $5,000 on this show right here. Rodecaster, Sony A6100, MacBook Pro. I got another Mac coming, a desktop, 2 monitors, multi-view monitor, ATM machine, ring lights. You know what I mean? I probably got about, that's 2, 27. No, that's 2, 20, 28. That's another 6, 34, ATM. That I got about $5,000 in this. You know what I mean? About right here. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into the show. Shout out to Matthew. Shout out to Matthew. Jackie Hernandez was good, sis. Shout out to Jamie Rivera. It is what it is, man. Let's get into the show. Shout out to Keena. Keena in the building as well. Big Sarge. Let's go. Now, we covered Errol Spence yesterday. We're going to cover Crawford, then we're going to cover both of them tomorrow. Again, I keep hearing the same thing. Size, physicality, size. He's too strong. He's too strong. And I tell people this, right? You won't know how much stronger another fighter is over another fighter until they get in the ring with each other. When they get in the ring with each other, then you will know, okay, if this guy's not physically able to impose his will on that other person, then apparently he was not stronger than the other guy. Or it could be the other guy that he was fighting was smarter than him. Smarter than him, meaning he was outthinking him in the ring, beating him to the punch. The other guy might have some other tangibles that people did not take into consideration. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. And then another thing too, punch resistance. You know, like sometimes you got to look at, okay, can this guy take a punch? Fighters like Hagler, Sugar Ray Robinson, Kid Gavilan, these guys can take a punch. Some people like, what is that person's punch resistance going to look like, right? The reason why I don't like to do the triangle theory in boxing is because the triangle theory in boxing doesn't work. Perfect example of that is Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran. Iran Barkley knocked out Hearns. Roberto Duran not only beat him, but dropped Iran Barkley and beat him. So you would say, okay, well, Hearns knocked out Duran. Iran Barkley knocked out Hearns. So you just know when Duran move up to fight him, what Iran Barkley gonna do to him? He knocked out the same dude that knocked him out. Didn't work that way.
True.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. Styles make fights. Sometimes when you fight people, sometimes they styles be tailor-made for you. Like someone that's a boxer puncher that can crack. Like I'll give you a perfect example. When Floyd Mayweather was at the lightweight division, man, that dude was lightning fast. He didn't have the greatest punching power, but with the 135 and I can't forget about 130. That 130 Floyd Mayweather was that 130 pound Floyd Mayweather was a mother. You get what I'm saying? But the punches come there so fast, and the angles he throw them at, and he just had God-given abilities. Like in today's time, these kids only talk about Floyd because they don't know anything else. They only know Floyd, but they don't know Pretty Boy Floyd. So you can tell, like, okay, these young guys, they probably, okay, this 2023, they probably was born in like, in the 2000s. They probably was born like 2000, maybe 1997, 1998, maybe even 1995. They probably was born around that time. And so they only know, what they remember seeing at that time. And I do get that. But that pretty boy Floyd in feather 130 was a mother. Hand speed was crazy. Timing. Like if it's one attribute that I can say, well, two attributes. Fuck it, I say three. Three attributes that I can say Floyd Mayweather had, and we're gonna name some of the other great welterweights as well. But Floyd Mayweather had impeccable timing. He had punching power. He had enough to stop your ass. No, you ain't finna be running in here like that. And then to the ones who kept coming, and then to fighters he did fight that tried to bull rush their way and come in there. He beat him with smarts. He beat him with smarts, footwork, timing, angles. You know what I mean? Hell, I remember when Floyd fought Canelo. Canelo tried to come in there like that, but Canelo was 23 years old. But he tried to come in there like that. Floyd used masterful footwork to beat Canelo. Masterful footwork, hell of a jab, slipping and countering, angles, parrying, and moving out, getting out of the way. Right? These are tangibles that a lot of boxing fans today don't talk about. Probably because they don't know. The social media boxing fans, they don't know. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But we're going to talk about some of these other guys as well. Now, Terence Crawford. I just looked at an interview with Terence Crawford. Not an interview he gave, and that was on the boxing scene as well. He broke down his intangibles, right? He broke down his intangibles, what separates him from Spence. Now, I hear one thing with Spence. People say, he's strong. He's going to impose his will. He's too big and stuff like that. They don't talk about, okay, well, will he be able to take a punch? Now, that's where the waters get murky at. What you mean he'll be able to take a punch? He fought Sean Porter. He fought Ugas, this and that. Yeah, but Sean Porter and Ugas is not Terence Crawford. You know? You get what I'm saying? So, sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you know it. I don't know what Crawford is going to do in the ring Saturday night. I don't know what Spence is going to do in the ring Saturday night. What I do know is that both of these guys are fighting Saturday night, and I put my money where my mouth is. I got my money on Crawford by knockout. Now, I didn't bet anybody on knockout, but I got him winning the fight, but I got him by knockout, period. I don't see it no other way. And I'm going to tell you why I don't see it no other way. Somebody please remind me. Now, in a recent interview with the boxing scene, Terence Crawford explained what separates his skill set from Errol Spence. He said, I think everything is a key point in the fight, right? He said, you got my jab, you got my movement, you have my counterpunching ability, my brain, my ring IQ, and the way that I think all around, Crawford told the boxing scene and other reporters in Vegas. What separates me from him is my mentality, the way I think, my ring generalship, and my counter-punching ability. Now, I did hear some guys say, oh, man, but Crawford the dog, when he get hit, he going to sit in there and try to bang with Spence to try to prove a point. I don't think so. True. Terence Crawford is not an ego fighter. He's not no, nigga, I'm finna try to show you that I can out-tough you. I seen him do that one time, and that was against Mean Machine. And when he did that against Mean Machine, I think the 6th round, Dan was in the clinch. Mean Machine caught him. The referee broke it up. He dropped. A lot of people say he got knocked down, and I would say that he got knocked down that round. He got knocked down that round, right? But then he got up, commenced to beating on Mean Machine, and I think by the 8th or 9th round, he stopped him. That was the only time I ever seen him do that. Outside of that, his other 30-something fights, he don't fight that way. He's not the. I'm gonna try to prove that I'm gonna try to prove I'm a hero. He's a very, very intelligent fighter. He's very, very muy inteligente. Very, very smart fighter, right? You know, Crawford takes the sniper approach. He takes the sniper approach. He don't take the shotgun approach. I'm finna come in there, boom, guns blazing. That's not him. He takes the sniper approach. One shot, one kill. You get what I'm saying? He says our styles match up very well. You have one fighter that loves to come forward and be an action-packed fighter. He's talking about Spence. He said then you have one fighter who loves to move, counterpunch, and stand in there toe-to-toe from time to time just to see what you got. So it makes for a great fight. He said, I'm training for everything so I don't get caught with anything that's unexpected so we don't have to have any surprises. This puts the cherry on the top for me in his career. Of course, we know what it's going to mean for him from a career standpoint. You know, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and I can't wait until it gets on. Well, the fight going to get on in 2 days, right? When I look at this fight, me personally, I see a good, big, strong, flat-footed southpaw that's been in a bunch of setup fights that were tailor-made for him from a stylistic standpoint. Outside of Kell Brook, and then we know Kell Brook, I'm not even going to bring any of that up, but Kell Brook got his eye broke by orbital bone broke fighting Triple G in the middleweight division. Then he had to drop back down 2 weight divisions to fight Spence. But he was, you know what? Yes, Kell Brook's pretty, yeah. That's exactly what happened. Right? But outside of Kell Brook, a lot of these guys just going to sit there and get beat up, you know, get overwhelmed, whatever, don't have no punching power, et cetera, right? Errol Spence and his team, from my standpoint, they can downplay Terence Crawford's skills and accomplishments all they want. He ain't fought nobody. He too small. He this, he that. And I kind of take that as a kind of arrogance as well. Like, okay, this is very, very arrogant. Like, okay, that dude ain't nobody for steering on him. I'm going to do this and do that. This is just very arrogant. Like, I think, you know, so you're looking at your opponent. Oh, he ain't nobody, huh? Well, you know, we're going to find out Saturday. Maybe Crawford isn't nobody. Maybe Terence Crawford is a hype job. Maybe Terence Crawford just ain't fought nobody, and maybe he will get steamrolled Saturday night and be broken like a toothpick, and this gonna be proof that that Crawford, you know what I mean? He was just wasn't what they call it. Wasn't what he was cracked up to be. Possibility. Now, they can downplay Terence Crawford's accomplishments and skills all they want. But Saturday night will be the night that will settle all disputes. In my opinion, this fight will not go the distance. Hate, like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments below. Phone lines will be open in a minute. Let me see how many likes we have. Do we have enough likes for the phone lines? Let me see. Oh, we got 430 people in here and less than 200 likes. We need, we got to get the likes up. We need 49 more likes. We need 49 more likes. Then I'll drop the phone lines. I like to drop the phone lines at 200. I like to drop the phone lines at 200. That's my magic. That's my sweet spot right there for the fourth, in order to open up the phone lines. This is another. Shout out to Cinch, dropping that $2 super chat. He said, "I else with you, coach, but you gonna eat your words Saturday." I mean, if I eat my words, I eat my words. I'm pretty sure you have eaten your words before. Pretty sure a lot of people have eaten their words. But I like Spence. I mean, I like Crawford, period. Bottom line. What if you eat your words Saturday? Possibility you may eat your words. You get what I'm saying? We're going to find out Saturday. It's a whole lot of people ate their words against Cool Boy Steph and the New Way to Monster. Life goes on. You get what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. If I lose $3,000. It's fine. I ain't hurting for no money. I'm good, fam. Trust me. If I win $3,000. It ain't gonna make me or break me either way. You get what I'm saying? I got it. Now, shout out to Dr. Paul Evans in the building. Shout out to 626 Jacob. Shout out to my main man Swat Jones. Shout out to Charles Stevens. What's going on, fam? What's happening, bro? Charles, what's going on? Shout out to my sister Green Eyes P. Shout out to Kiara Hargrove. What's going on, Kiki? Who else we have in the building, man? Shout out to boxing analyst. What's going on? Swift 718. It is what it is, etc., etc., etc. Anyways, let's do this. I want to pivot a little bit before we get back to Crawford and Spence. So I want to break this down from a stylistic standpoint. I'm looking at, I saw a video of AJ Broner. I meant to show you guys this yesterday. And AB is kind of upset. Let me know if you got, as a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this shit. Let me do this. Where AB at? AB, where you at, man? Where AB at? Hold on, guys. Because I want you guys to hear this. I want you guys to hear this. Because I want to explain this and break this down before I drop these phone lines. I want to explain this and break this down. As a matter of fact, I can't break it down yet until, we got to say all praise is due to the Most High, the Most Exalted, the greatest human being on the planet Earth, Mr. Al Heyman. We got to say that. We got to say that in order to satisfy the pro PPC guys. Hold on, guys. Let me see something. I want you guys to hear this.
Hey, man, I wasn't going to say nothing, but I got to, man. I see a lot of niggas, like, putting up, like, bullshit posts, like he got his ass kicked. Stephen got his ass kicked. But these the same niggas that ain't never put on a pair of boxing gloves in their life. They ain't never jumped in that square circle, bro. Especially with a bad motherfucker, a world-class fighter. Then these the same niggas who probably had a street fight and got their ass kicked for free. My nigga went over there chasing.
Now, I want to break this down. This is going to be very easy for me to break down. Now, not Errol Spence, Adrian Broner is upset that because he see people online who was rooting for Cool Boy Steph, and a lot of those guys have switched out on him and started talking about him, saying he got cooked. Now, it's par for the course. Cool Boy Steph talked a lot of trash prior to that fight, and also a lot of his supporters talked a lot of trash prior to that fight. So, Adrian Broner, you have even been caught drunk saying that this fighter got his ass cooked. I got the video on that. He got cooked. He got cooked. You've been saying this a lot about other fighters in the past. So, when you dish it, you got to know how to take it. People have a right to hold you accountable to what you say. If you out here on social media, whatever the case may be, saying all types of stuff about a fighter got cooked, he got beat, and this and that, and then my fighter gonna do A, B, C, and D. Okay, when your fighter don't do A, B, C, and D, now when it's time to reap the whirlwind of the trash talking, you gotta lay down and wear it. It's as simple as that. I mean, the man won over a little over $3 million. It is what it is. So now the people who believed in him, now they trying to walk it back. Oh man, well, Cool Boy really wasn't that. Well, if his fans turning on him, that he need to check his fans on that. Simple.
And got paid great. It ain't about the money. He wanted to win, of course, but man, he was doing what he had to do, and this type shit happened in this game, man. So I want to say to Steph, man, keep your motherfucking head up. Don't let that shit keep you down. Don't let that shit have you down at all. And I want to see you in Vegas this weekend, nigga. Come out.
Well, you know what? He got I mean, Steph ain't got nothing to hold his head down about. I mean, he got over $3 million for that fight. Shit, I get your ass whooped for $3 million? Hell yeah. Now, I did agree with him now. At one part, he said, you got niggas saying that, hey, man, he got his ass cooked. And he said, these some of the same niggas that get in a street fight and get their ass whooped for free. These are prize fighters. They fight for the money. You get what I'm saying? So he make a valid point. But my thing is, the pendulum swing both ways. If you dish it, you got to know how to take it. Simple as that. Now, let's go ahead and get into the show. Now, before we get into the show, we got to say all praises due to the Most High, the Most Exalted. My boss, the man that I get paid a lot of money from on the back end, they say he's the most important human being on the planet Earth. According to the pro PBC guys and Alphabet Boys, Mr. Al.
Well, I guess I got to be like everybody else and sing Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me?
But a name. Do you have a name?
Oh, nah, I ain't got no name,
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
All right, we got to get them lights up. Let me see what we have right now. Do we have enough likes? Oh, yes, we do. We have enough likes now. We got over 50. We got over 230 now. We got 500. We got over 500 people in the chat. You know what I mean? We got the hottest boxing podcast on the YTBC. I think that's pretty much hands down. We need 70 more likes. I'm finna drop the phone lines now anyways. Do not call. So I know some of you guys have the number saved in your phones. Don't call until I drop the phone lines. Now, if you sit back, hate watching, don't want to hit the like button, Riley, get it.
Look, fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Yes, sir. Anyways, it is what it is, man. We finna drop these phone lines in a minute. Shout out to Gloria Day in the mighty.
Gloria Day and the Set Trips.
These niggas don't play. These niggas don't play.
We don't play.
You ain't heard. They be tripping.
We be tripping.
So they swerving on.
Swerve on.
No faking and no snitching. And repping hard for the set. Oh, mamas, it ain't no lie. Because niggas gonna bust.
Niggas gonna bust.
Sir, it is what it is, man. Niggas is gonna bust. Guess what? Don't make me put my ski mask on today. Got my ski mask on. Do not make me put my ski mask on. Niggas hit me out. That nigga had a ski mask on, dog. Nigga had a ski mask on. He was skied up yesterday.
Let me address something to some of the haters out there about me. Y'all can kiss my ass. Twice.
You know what time it is, man. Phone lines open, man. 530-494-9636. As a matter of fact, what we not gonna do, we not fixing to argue.
You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. You mad. Look at you. You mad. I don't get paid to argue with you. Who is you? You ain't nobody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Phone lines open, man. First call. Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, what up? This is Rod from Cali.
Rod from Killer Cali. Talk to me, fam.
What up, Coach? Is this prediction day, Coach?
Nah, we're doing prediction day tomorrow. But you can put your prediction down if you want to. I mean, we're doing prediction day tomorrow. You know what I would do it the day before the fight.
All right. I mean, well, I'll just say it right now, Coach. I got Bud stopping Spence, man, around 8 or 9. And, man, I just can't wait for this fight, Coach. I'm excited for it. And, Coach, I just want to say, man, yesterday's show was hilarious as hell when you were trolling that your hater, man. You had me dying at work. My boss was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? But, man, Coach, I love listening to your show, Coach. And shout out to you, Coach, and shout out to the chat. Have a good one, Coach.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Rod from Killer Cali, man. West Coast, yay. Love the West Coast, man. Well, I love the West Coast, but the West Coast, you guys know I lived in LA for like about a year and a half. You know what I mean? So I'm just off of, if you know that area off of Cimarron and 23rd Street, that's right between I stayed off of Arlington and 23rd Street. That was right between it's right between Adams and Western, right by the 10 freeway. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah, man, Killer Cali in the building, man. Shout out to Rod. When I think about this fight between Crawford and Spence, it makes me think about a lot of the. I told you I got into boxing from my uncle. My uncle Benny was the reason why. I'm looking at you guys to my left in the chat. I'm looking at you guys to my right in the chat. So I'm gonna be looking both ways. My uncle, he was the one that taught me a lot about boxing. He was the one that he loved. My uncle loved Sugar Ray Leonard. His favorite fighter was Sugar Ray Robinson. My uncle was born in 1930. I think he was born in 1934. 34 or 35. He passed away. Him and my mom passed away the same year in 99. But that was my guy, man. Uncle Benny, man. That dude, that was something else, man. He knew boxing. Carter, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this old school from Chicago.
Old school from the shot. Talk to me, fam.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Coach? I love you, boy. I'm so glad you asked that question. Hey, Coach, let me tell you something. I didn't know who you really liked in this fight. And you recognize Crawford got that dog in him. Spence got that dog in him too, for real. He is. He's skilled and everything else. But you realize the only thing that's going to overcome with in this fight is going to be that real dog, that killer. And Crawford got that killer, man, for real. And but that's not neither here nor there. Hey, you were telling about your uncle. I just heard you say about your uncle. You was just a little short about your uncle put you up on the boxing game. Hey, look, you still your uncle somebody. Tell nephew I say what's up to us, but everything else I'm still dreaming about taking the ball, being a champion, and everything like that in life to come in the future. And tell Pops I love you too. And thanks for being in that corner. I love you, but I'm gonna keep being in your corner, young man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I understand, old school. Thank you so much, brother, for calling the show, man. Shot Town.
All right, I love you.
All right, showtime, man. I love you too, bro. Old school from Shot Town, stand up, man. Shot Town. I used to be in Chicago a lot. When I was in the nation, headquarters is right there in Chicago. Mos Mariam used to be at the shit. Oh man, well, I forgot the name of the nation restaurant. The Mos Mariam and the restaurant. Man, I forgot the name of the damn. How the fuck I forgot the name of that restaurant, man? Anyways, the next restaurant that the nation owned. I forgot the name of the damn restaurant. I don't know how I forgot it, but I did. We used to go eat there all the time, so met some real true Chicago players. Like a lot of the dudes I know from Chicago, they was older brothers. You know what I mean? So I was taught by the old heads. A lot of people say I have an old soul. I was taught by the old heads. I be bullshitting and kicking it on the show, but I'm an old school nigga at heart for real though. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
William Whiteout calling from Spokane, Washington.
What's your name, best fam?
William
calling from Spokane, Washington. Talk to me.
All right. I think the biggest weakness for Spence is I ain't never seen Spence with any of the angles like Crawford's got. In every fight, Crawford's hitting everybody with so many different angles. Mm-hmm. I mean, like every fight, especially back when he fought the undefeated Gamboa, hitting him with fucking everything. I just don't see Spence getting away. First of all, I don't see Spence like the maneuvering type to start moving around the ring to get away from any of the angles. So That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys see, but I think the angles are going to make all the difference in this fight.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
All right, man. But listen, man, shout out to William. Spokane, Washington, stand up. Pacific West. Yes, sir, man. Pacific West Coast. You know, like my uncle used to tell me stuff about fighters, like the welterweights, like Barney Ross. A lot of you guys probably don't know who Barney Ross is. I didn't know who he was until my uncle told me about him. Then my uncle used to watch a lot of old fight film. Y'all look up Barney Ross, man. He was a bad boy back in the day. Let me get the super chat out the way. Shout out to Derek Choice. Hey, okay. For dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy. Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hold on, guys. Derek say something for the collection plate. I appreciate that, fam. Caller, what's your name when you calling from?
What's going on, homie? What's going on?
Caller, what's your name when you calling from?
Terrell, Temple, Texas.
Terrell from Temple, Texas. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Terrell, Temple, Texas. I think the whole objective of this fight, people are not talking about. Errol, I think, is forced into fighting this fight right now because he's been dodging it for a long time. Spence knows that he could have took Crawford a long time ago. And I think everywhere Errol's been going, even though he's been taking out competition, I think the whole situation of it has pushed him to fight Crawford. Because everywhere he goes, what do people say? When you going to fight Crawford? When you going to fight Crawford? When you going to fight Crawford? And then now you hear him talking about he wanted to move up. So it seems to me Spence already wanted to move to 154 a long time ago. Yeah. But he can't move because they think that he's running from the realness. Yeah, Crawford already had 39 fights. 39 fights. Spence, you telling me you had to wait 40 fights for this to finally go off?
Yes. I mean, I do see what you're saying. I do get your point as it relates to that. He probably could have been fought him, but again, for the sake of argument, my brother, the fact that
and then I think also that they're only forcing the media is behind Spence. We already know that. PBC is taking over everything. At the end of the day, they're behind Spence, so they have to pump Spence up with this. He ain't fought nobody. I think what Derek and Errol are doing is creating a narrative so that they can keep the motivation up because Errol knows that he's going for his best competition. Bud doesn't look at it like that. He's always defensive. He will defend what he has and he will fight for what he has. It's just something in him that brings it out of him. It doesn't matter who's in the ring with him. It could be He-Man. It could be Superman. He's going to adapt to whoever it is. And Spence never had to adapt to anybody. All he had to do was force his nature of the habit that Derek teaches him.
Yeah.
Derek only gets certain fighters that fight the way that he fights technically. Because if you go back and watch Derek James' tape, he gets beat. Side-to-side action. All he knows how to do is go through the wall. That's their method. But Spence is the best at it that he has in his creation with the fighters that he creates. So, same with Charlo. He's going to try to do the same thing with Canelo. But that's the way they fight. It's really about the corners that you're fighting in this fight. Because Derek is a good director. When other fighters can't put together the IQ, he teaches them his heavyweight attributes that makes them work in the welterweight. Smartest thing in the world to do. I would have did it as a coach too, because Derek didn't succeed as a heavyweight. He was a good fighter. He wasn't great. He wasn't scared to get in the ring with anybody. But those techniques he's teaching his welterweights because they didn't have the IQ for the ring anyway, like fighters of Crawford.
Yeah, listen. I didn't want to interrupt you. I totally get exactly what you're saying. I totally get exactly what you're saying as it relates to Derek James' fighting style. When I look at Errol Spence, and I looked at even Derek James, Errol Spence fights just like Derek James when Derek James was a pro.
Yeah. You can tell in the techniques. That's why they don't do a lot of side to side action. Like they stay in front. And all they do is work the triangle. Just like playing basketball. Their defense is a triangle, but it's in the boxing ring.
It's in the boxing ring. Yep.
It cuts off the ring regardless if you stay from the middle or to the opposite. It's easy to cut somebody off like that. All you need is 4-step footwork to form the triangle to keep you pinned. But Crawford's a different animal. Spence knows this. That's why the media has to keep throwing at Bud for years. He ain't fought nobody. What are y'all saying? Y'all don't want to plug the fight in because at the end of the day, Crawford had the chance to get Pacquiao, but PBC has to be PBC. They only want to protect their investment. Of course, he was with Top Rank. It's his fault. But at the end of the day, Bud came from fighting in the alleys to trailer parks. I used to watch his fights when it was 18 wheelers around like a carnival. And he's in the middle of it with a ring trying to get his career started. So he came from nothing. Spence came from something, became nothing, and now he's something again. He's had hiccups. Crawford wants to take this. Now, it will be a 50-50 fight. But I do think Errol has the stronger chin. And I do think Bud has a strong chin. It just matters when they catch each other. That's all Spence is banking on. Still, if he goes to full throttle, Crawford will leave the chin open. All he got to do is get him over the top. Will it be enough to knock him out? Spence hasn't just knocked people out. And because he fought people to make them think that he's a Terminator in the fight, it's only because they don't have the will to fight back. Garcia, froze. Ugas, froze. Mikey Garcia, froze. They are not agile fighters. That's why it made it look easy. And you can't hate the player, you hate the game. I get it. But I see the weakness in this fight. And I think Spence knows he couldn't even move on without fighting Crawford. But if he could have moved on without fighting Crawford, he would have did it. Trust me. But the world is forcing his hand because he thinks he's top dog, but the world doesn't. So it's all about animosity. Why you think Spence is so hyped up at these interviews? He's talking to the crowd. He needs to be worried about the fight. Bud don't even interact with the crowds like that. He's walking his course. And I think this is his destiny.
All right. Well, listen, Terrell, salute to you, fam, from Temple, Texas, man. Thank you for calling the show, sir. Brother from Texas, man, had a lot to say. Brother from Texas had a lot to say. I agree. I ain't gonna lie, but I agree with about 99.9% of what he said, though. He really broke it down from a methodical standpoint. Caller, what's your name when you're calling from?
Juan from D.C.
Rod from D.C.?
Juan.
Ron from D.C., talk to me.
Juan. What's up, dog? How you doing, man?
What's going
on? Hey, I'm just calling because, so number one, man, I think I called you about 2 weeks ago, man. You had me rolling like shit over the phone, man. Anyways, as far as this fight goes, man, I'm a big Spence fan. And the motherfucker, man, that's a hell of a fighter right there. Crawford, though, man, that's a dog too, man. I don't want no money on this fight. It could go either way. It's about who can recover faster because each of them, I seen Spence get rocked and get noodle legs, and I've seen Crawford get rocked. It's really about who can recover faster. Because just like that, ref can step in there and stop this fight just that fast. Now, who am I rooting for? Man, fucking Crawford all day. Only because, people are saying he old and, he didn't fight nobody. And so I'm team 35 and over. You know what I mean? That's where I'm with. And, I'm going with Crawford, man. But people tripping, man, think that Spence can't knock out this man. I mean, I've seen Crawford get hit, but I've also seen Crawford recover quickly. I've seen him take a hell of a fucking wallop and recover quick and give it right back. And I don't know if Spence can do that. I don't know. I mean, I saw in that last fight, Ugas caught him real good. But I think the next round he got saved by the bell.
Ugas is not a puncher.
Yeah, but he caught him though. I forgot what it was. Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you, but he's not even a puncher. So, Ugas ain't got no punching power like that, and he was able to catch Spence. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I just, as far as Spencer being like forced to do this, nah, man, Spence look good, man. I mean, I've been seeing the little videos, man. Spence he looked ready. That motherfucker looks ready. He's about that life. I know he's coming for war. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, man, I'm looking for a real entertaining fight, and I'm excited, man. It's a hell of a fight, and I'm excited for this one. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah, dog.
It's something I'm not hearing It's something I'm not hearing from fans.
No.
Who's going to win the war of attrition when it comes to being a thinking man's game? We all see that, okay, Spence is going to come forward. He's big, strong. He's going to physically overwhelm Crawford, a guy who's never been physically overwhelmed in 39 fights. No one is, and he's fought a lot of big guys. No one has ever been able to physically overwhelm this guy, but Spence is going to be the one to physically do it. I get that point, right? But what people are not talking about is who's going to outthink you in the ring? What if it comes to a point to where they got to sit down and think and figure some stuff out. Like who's gonna outthink who? Like when you're doing counterpunching and stuff, you're thinking, your timing, rhythm, all that stuff there. No one is talking. I don't hear anyone talking about that. I'm just hearing the physical brute force come forward, get him out of there. He's too small. But what about the thinking aspect?
Man, that's where you see. Man, what was the dude's name from Europe? The black dude from Europe that Crawford knocked out. I can't remember his name. He was good. He looked good too, and he came ready as well. In that fight, man, it showed me a lot. Crawford, man, that's where you got the age and the experience, man. I don't know if Spence gets in there and they start going to war and they start slugging it out. Like I say, I'm going with Crawford from the experience standpoint. People they keep dismissing, oh, he didn't do this, or country boy from Alabama or whatever. Where's he from? Arkansas or something like that, right?
No, he's from
and I keep hearing, but throughout the years, I see people keep saying that about him. And man, time and time again, man, you put your money against Crawford, man, you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this fight right here is so 50-50. I'm not messing around because Spence looks ready, man. That man looks so ready for this primetime fight. And I don't think he's afraid or he's too much for him at all. I think he's ready. But also, you got Crawford, man. Crawford he wants Crawford ready, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. But again, I'm Team Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with him. If I had to put money on it, I'm going Crawford. But I'm staying away. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy a good fight. That's all I'm doing, man. Hey, I love the show. Man, yesterday you had me laughing like shit in traffic, man. You a funny motherfucker, dog. Hey, I love you for that shit, man. Hey, you the only channel I listen to now. You're the only channel I listen to. I don't give a fuck about any other channel. You're the only channel, man. Because you keep it real, man. I fuck with you heavy, man.
All right, salute, man. You say your name Ron or Juan?
No, Juan, man. Juan, DC.
Yeah, okay, shout out to Juan from DC.
I got you.
Yes, sir. Hey, look here, man. Hey, so a lot of people ain't I don't hear nobody thinking about that. Like, okay, if you got to sit down and do some thinking, try to figure some shit out. Shout out to Mr. Limbus, man, for his membership. Shout out to Mr. Limbus. Let's give him a round of applause. And Derek Choice did give a super chat. So anytime we get a super chat that's $5 or above, we got to hit it with the 100.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I don't think this is going to be this brawl that a lot of people are thinking about. Because if it's a brawl, it's going to be more towards, that's the kind of fight that Spence want to fight. That's going to be more his style. I don't think this fight going to be anything like the brawl. It ain't going to be like that. I don't think so. Caller, what's the name you calling from?
Yo, this E-Money from Texas, bro. You a coon-ass bitch, nigga, bro. On everything, bro. Pull up your money, bro.
Hey,
then got to sleep your boy Bud, bro. Got to boil that crawfish, nigga. On everything, bro. On my hood, we gonna boil that nigga. I'm about to cash out your ass. Pull out the money, boy.
That nigga say put up some money, boy. He said, on my hood. What is it with these niggas from Texas? You know what, man? I get the most threats from niggas from Texas. What is it with Texas niggas? Shout out to E-Money. E-Money from Texas. Oh, hoe ass nigga. What is it? I like E-Money. E-Money funny the motherfucker. What is it with this? He sound like a little kid, though. He sound like he in his 20s. Who it is? Yo, the E-Money from Texas. Yeah, you's a cool. You's a bitch. Put your money up. Dude, you ain't got no money. This nigga ain't got no money. Hey, you know what? He probably had a ski mask on too. He probably had a ski mask. Hey, hold on. He probably had a ski mask. He had to build up. He had to give himself some heart. He probably had the ski mask on. He probably was skied up. He probably was skied up like this. Here you go. He probably was skied up. Caller, what's the name? What you calling for? Yo, what up? Yo, no, this is E-Money from Texas. You's a cool. You's a bitch. Yeah, I got shooters. Nigga, we got Errol over everything, nigga. Yeah, what's happening? Yeah, pull up. Drop the addy. Where you from? Yeah, you better not come to Texas. Boy, I got you on the scope. I got you in the scope right now. Boy, I got you in the scope. Yeah, what's happening, boy? Pew, pew, pew. Rah. I got the yop in my hand. Yeah, I got the yop in my hand. Boy, what's happening? Huh? Pew. E-Money from Texas. I represent Texas. What's happening? Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, rah. Come on, yeah, boy, what's up? This E-Money. Well, come on, man.
True.
Bro, like, what is it with these Texas niggas? I mean, it ain't everybody from Texas, but I mean, I don't got threats. I don't got a threat from New York one time, but bro, all of my threats, I could potentially say about 75% of my threats come out of Texas.
True.
I done been to Texas multiple times. I ain't, like what's going on? My daughter live in Dallas. Like, what's going on with Texas? Them niggas in Texas crazy. Sound like a young nigga too. Every time I ask him what his age is, he don't never tell me his age. Now, I think about hold on, we got another call today, guys. What is it with these Texas niggas, man? God damn, man. I mean, I rock with Texas, but damn. They got what the nigga Mr. I Hope to Be Gay over there, the orangutan, the baboon, he over there. What's up with these Texas niggas, man? God damn. Caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Coach, what's happening, man? This Casino like Fred.
Man, Casino, talk to me, fam.
Man, I know what's wrong with them niggas, man. But it's 100 degrees down that bitch, man. It's too hot. It got them niggas tripping, bro. I'm telling you. It's too motherfucking hot. And these niggas got there, it's causing them to trip. They tripping hard because it's hot. That's all it is. That gotta be it. I don't know. I don't know what it is, Coach. But anyway.
Hey, he consistent too. He listens to the show every day. One day, now I rock with E-Money. I know he's a studio gangster, but I know he's an internet gangster, but I rock with him. He funny. He called me coon every chance he get. He funny. I mean, I know he's a kid. He's a kid. He probably live with his mama. He's a kid. You can tell he's a kid. You can hear it in his voice. But he's just emotionally disabled. That's all.
Yeah. But man, I was calling about this fight, man. I don't like calling in on these topics.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna happen on Saturday, bro.
Yeah.
You already know who I'm rocking with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you. I know you got Spence. I know.
You know I got Spence.
Yeah.
And I ain't really got no breakdown. I ain't got no breakdown. I got Spence, man. I think Spence gonna pull this shit out. I mean, I'm just waiting to see this shit. I just want to call in and holler at you, man. Hey, man, you still my boy, man. On the 30th, you still my boy, man.
No, you my dog. You know that, man. You cool. We ain't tripping on this.
I already know. You know, I ain't no fanboy. You know. But yeah, man, I just can't wait, bro. I feel the twisty.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this press conference. I'm ready to watch that, bro. You folks kicking me, man. I've been talking about this shit so much, man. You know, a lot of my folks don't even watch boxing, but they be so kicking me, bro. I be just talking about this shit. I just left the barber shop. I bet a barber $50 on the fight. He got Crawford. He said, and then we double or nothing. If somebody get knocked out, it's double or nothing. So if Crawford knock out Spence, I gotta get that nigga $100. You know what I'm saying? So man, I'm just excited, man. I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I'm tuned into the show, man. It's a good show. I'm just listening. I want to see what y'all think. I just want to see what y'all think Crawford gonna do.
All right, shout out. Yeah, I'm gonna break it down. Hold on. Shout out to my main man, Casino Life Prayer. Hey, that's my nigga. I met Casino when I was in the ATL. When I was in Atlanta, I was in the ATL. I was talking to my partner Tone, and we were talking about shooting this movie I'm writing. So, yeah, man. Listen, this dude right here, man, Casino Life, man. That young brother there doing his thing, man. Got his own business. You know, I'm gonna be doing some advertising for him on the show. You know, so I got some stuff I got to do for him. But that dude, they're solid, man. That dude, they're solid. It's a couple of you dudes in the chat I want to meet, man. I want to meet D Block. I want to meet Thug and D, Big Blunts and Boxing. I want to meet my main man Rick down there in Houston, South Side. You know, want to meet some dudes over on the West Coast. There's a couple of you dudes in the chat, and women, and sisters now. Can't forget about the Tenderoni now. Can't forget about the Tenderonis. Couple of y'all I want to meet, man. Like, you know what I mean? I think we'll really rock out. Swat Jones knocked down 305 down there in Miami. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't think this fight is going to be a war. I don't think it's going to be anything like we thought it was going to. We think it's going to be. Because if it becomes a war, then that means that both men are playing ego ball. What I mean by ego, they're fighting just off of ego. I'm finna rush you. Like a perfect example. You know what an ego fight was? You know what an ego fight was? When Tommy Hearns fought Marvin Hagler. Tommy Hearns fought Marvin Hagler. That was a war. Like Hearns had done caught Hagler with some monster right hands. He had no rock Hagler a couple of times, but Hagler kept coming. Pause. He kept coming. You know what I mean? But Hagler had a granite chin. Hagler could take a punch. Hagler had a granite chin. He could take a punch. He said, and Tommy got cooked. Yeah, Tommy got cooked, but my point is, it was a hell of a fight while it lasted. Every fighter, shit. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, when they fought the third time, of course I'm not comparing the fight, but, you know, Deontay Wilder got cooked. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a good fight because Wilder, Fury dropped Wilder 4 times. Wilder dropped Fury 2 times. So even though Wilder was losing, he dropped Fury twice in the same round. Dropped him. It was a good fight while it lasted. And then, of course, you know, Tyson Fury caught him with that left, caught him with that left uppercut, right hook, and dropped him. And he was out there. He fell on his face. He face planted him. But you get what I'm saying though? So, I mean, it happens in boxing. Shit. You keep fighting, you know, somebody, you're going to lose eventually. But that was a hell of a fight. That was a war. That really wasn't no strategy to me. That was just 2 dudes, mad, angry, wanting to kill each other. I don't think this fight going to be like that. I think the guy who can keep his head up here, I honestly think that Crawford going to outsmart this guy and beat him. And knock him out.
True.
And how I think he's going to knock him out, it may come to a point in time in the fight where Spence is going to be pressing the action. You know what I mean? Will he be able to take them punches? We're going to find out. When he press that action, what happens is you walk into shit. And you normally get knocked out with punches that you don't see coming, especially when they come in at different angles. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I'm anticipating this fight. It ain't going to be nothing like, you know, yeah, they're just going to come in there and just go to swinging until 2 people fall out. Styles make fights. I don't think stylistically Crawford going to fight Spence like that. He's a chess player. He takes more of a methodical approach. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, what up, man? John from Brooklyn, man.
Man, my dog, y'all, what's up, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Yo, I'm excited, man. We're 2 days away, man. And like all the anticipation, man. I can't wait for the weigh-in. I saw the little shit they had today, man. I'm excited, man. Well, I'm excited, man. But yo, I want to make a quick comment, man, because you got a lot of calls coming in, candles blowing up. Y'all niggas like, subscribe, man. We gotta blow this up, man. But I got a quick comment. To them guys calling in talking all that bullshit, I got a quick story. I had a family member play professional football. I used to be in the tunnel after the game.
Uh-huh.
And one thing I always noticed, after the game, you couldn't tell which team won or lost. I say that to say, these guys, when at the time he was a professional football player, he was getting hundreds of $1,000s in his account every week, man. These motherfuckers, like, and I say that to say, we care more than they care. Don't take this shit personal. If your man don't like who you like, you're calling in, cursing him out, want to shoot his crib off. Nah, let's just enjoy this shit, man. Let's enjoy this fight. Make sure you get the party Saturday. And yo, let's enjoy it, fellas. Yo, that's all I got to say, Coach. Peace and love, baby.
Yamas, are you watching the show right now?
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. I'm finna shoot your crib up right now. I'm finna shoot the crib up. Shoot the crib.
That's a big choice, man. Yo, that's a big choice. We ain't got them in New York, man. I don't know what y'all niggas in Florida got. We don't got them yet. Yo, sit down up here, man. Now let me stop talking on the phone, man.
Yamas, man.
Yo, Coach, peace and love, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we're gonna talk Saturday. Peace.
All right. Yeah. What's happening? I got the yapper. Knock down 305. Pew, pew, pew. Hey, Gumby. Pew, pew. Green Eyes P. Rah. Got the pole. Bump sending them scud missiles at you, boy. Rocket launchers. I know you're scared. You killing me, dog. Hey, check this out. Hold on. E-Money just sent me a super chat. I mean, the cash app. I can't make this up. That dude sent me a $1. He sent me a $1 cash app And he say, bet on Spence. This E-Money. Dog, E-Money sent me a $1 cash app and say, bet on Spence. I can't make this up. You can't make this up. Hey, Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jamie from New York.
Hey, Jamie, what's happening, man?
Yo, E-Money's wild, man. He's funny like a motherfucker, bro. He got nothing better to do. For real.
What's good, man?
But, Coach, yeah, there was something you said earlier. You were talking about Crawford and his rhythm. And I like what you said, bro, because that's one word I have to add to my boxing vocabulary. That once that guy gets going, bro, he warms up. Yo, he's hard to beat, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm also rooting for him that night. You know, Spence is a bad boy, you know. But yo, I hope it's a great fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we waited too long for this shit, bro. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. Yo, I had a kid, you know, ask me who I got Saturday. I told him, you know, I'm rooting for Spence. You know, and he's like, why? He gets hit too much. I'm like, dude, you know he's trying to knock you out, right? I mean, it's part of the game. You're gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Floyd. Floyd is happy to take you all 12. You know, he'll beat you on a decision. You know, in his later, you know, later in his career. But that's like, dude, this guy is trying to take you out, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna get hit. So for what? It's part of the game. So you know, I was telling him, though, you like Spence? He's a bad boy, bro. It don't matter who wins. You know, we're not getting none of the money. But again, bro, I hope it's a good fight, Coach. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. Oh, Coach, another thing. The shit with the ski mask yesterday, bro, that was a classic. Bro, that show was classic, bro. That was crazy, man. Bro, you killed it, man. For real. I showed up to my wife, and she goes, what's wrong with this dude? The Coach, man, yo, keep up the good work, man. We love your show, man. We love your show, bro.
Right,
keep
man.
grinding, kid.
Hey, shout out.
All right, later, bro.
Shout out to Jamie, man. New York, stand up. Hey, bro, listen, man. These dudes, bro, I'm telling you, these dudes some real internet gangsters, dog. This man sent me, I told you, I have the ability to be able to make my haters watch me religiously. This dude sent me a $1 bet. I'm going to show it to y'all. $1. $1. Oh, my gosh, boy. And his name is E-Money. I'll be damn. Caller, what's your name when you're calling from?
Mr. Lemons from Kansas City, Missouri.
Mr. Lemons from Kansas City. Talk to me.
Yeah, I got blood in 10, but I want to say something about that. Anyway, first time I seen the fight was when you did the Paul and the first fight I seen.
Yes, sir.
All I want to say is once that boy came in on the second round on Fulton, it was all over.
What you mean? You talking about Manue?
Yeah, when the second round, once the second round started, he was on Fulton's top the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I was Mr. Lemons. I was looking at. I looked at that fight again. Well, not the fight, but I looked at the round where Fulton got knocked out. But then I did see the fight twice. What I noticed is this: is what I was saying, thinking. Inoue was able to outthink Fulton in the ring. It wasn't just he steamrolled him, but when you watch that fight, you can see how he was setting things up. He was constantly jabbing to the body throughout the fight. And he was looking for the right timing in order to land that particular shot. He knew that he had a speed advantage, and he was obviously more athletic than Cool Boy Steph. He was more athletic, but he was able to take away Steph's jab with his speed and timing, and it kind of like took him off his square. And when I sat back and I watched that again, I said, damn, he really set that up because he threw it so fast, jab to the body, then he stabbed him, and as soon as he hit him to the body, he landed that right cross. I had to slow that clip down yesterday. I had to put it in super slow motion. That's how fast he threw it. I said, this motherfucker fast. I mean, like, he's fast. And then when he hurt him, and then when Cool Boy head came back up, he threw that leaping left hook, kind of like it reminded me, remember when Marvin Hagler used to throw the gazelle punch, where he like leaped, like lunge at you with the gazelle punch? It was kind of like a gazelle punch, but like it was a hook with it though. I say, and I looked at the picture, I have the picture, his feet His feet were like off the ground, like by inches. I looked at his left foot, and his right foot was more high than his left foot. But it's like his toes kind of like barely came off the mat, and he timed it, and it was like a gazelle hook. Like, bam, he caught him. I was like, this mother, it's just too much speed, dog. Too much speed and power.
Yeah, the speed was out. The speed was just outrageous. That's what really took my eye. Like, he was just so fast, and I just couldn't believe it. And like I said, I wasn't a fan of the smaller weight classes, but I'm starting to get more and more into it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And also to all them people talking about Spence is buried in bed and all this and that, tell them to check out Mike Tyson's fight.
Yeah. Salute. Hey, where you from, Mr. Lemons?
That's all I got. Kansas City.
Kansas City, man. KC, stand up, man. Mr. Lemons, salute, fam. When you one of those really athletic fighters, you can do things like that. Teofimo Lopez is a very athletic fighter. He can do stuff like that. Athletic fighters, probably like a Jerron Ennis in today's time, they can do stuff like that. Those when you have like good speed timing, footwork, stuff like that, the athletic fighters can get away with certain things that because you don't teach that. Listen, in boxing, like your trainer don't tell you, yeah, dog, you gotta jump in the air, do that leap and left hook. Like that's something that you can't teach. You can't teach that. Caller, what's your name and you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Coach Malachi? It's Electro Jed from New Mexico. How you been?
I'm doing good, fam. Electro Jed, talk to me.
All right, so two things I wanted to cover. When I watched the Nui fight, because I predicted that it would go down, that Nui would win around 7th or 8th, but I thought it would be a different fight. I couldn't even. I think I gave Fulton just one round. I think it was round 5. Because Fulton came out the most in that round, and he actually let go of his pause at that time. But it seemed like Nui, to me, was able to negate all of that. And you were right; he was able to make Fulton's jab a non-factor.
Yeah.
And one thing you are absolutely right about that right hook that was blinding. You just couldn't see it.
He didn't see it, yeah.
You know, not only was the angle bad, but that was super quick.
Yeah, I mean, like again, now there are people who are upset that Fulton lost, and understandably so, and there are people that are mad and upset that that a New Way won, and they're still trying to discredit him. And I'm like, I've seen this happen before. Like when you're dealing with once in a generational lifetime athletes, and I studied it in basketball, boxing. If you look at throughout boxing history, or forget just boxing history, any comeback sport or just any sport, football, basketball, whatever the case may be, the greats always got defecated on a lot of times. Now the greats was they had a big fan base as well. Not all of them, but some of them. But a lot of people always tried to downplay their skills. Oh, well, he ain't did nothing. They just kept moving the goalposts. And they'll always throw fighters up there that they say, okay, this going to be the one that beat him. Okay, and then when he beat that guy, okay, but this going to be the one to beat him. They're having an assembly line of fighters or an assembly line of football teams or basketball teams when it's the Bulls or assembly line of MMA fighters or whatever. Or once you beat this guy, okay, this guy, that guy. Like, And I learned something. Like my mother taught me a long time ago. When somebody don't like you, there's nothing that you can do to make them like you. So you're never going to get a fair shake from people who don't like you. They're always going to find a reason not to like you. Okay, you proved them wrong on one thing. We're going to move the goalposts on something else. That's just how it is.
No, you're right. And it saddened me to see the way that people were downgrading Fulton and start dissing him, and it bothered me because I still consider Fulton an A fighter. It just so happens that he fought an A+ fighter.
Yeah.
In Nui. That doesn't take away the Fulton's gonna do great as long as he stays boxing. If he moves up in weight, he's gonna do better. He's gonna do good. I have no doubt. In fact, he might move up a weight class or two where Inui and him might meet up again and might be a different result. You never know.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I kind of doubt it too, but it's still a possibility. So But I don't like the way they do that. Now, my whole second part of my call is as far as the fight this weekend. I bought my my pay per view for it. Of course, I bought it. I bought it mostly because of Nonito, because I'm a huge Nonito fan. But the fact that we're going to see this fight, which is one of those fights that you get to see once in a generation. This is a generational fight right here, and I'm so looking forward. I personally got Crawford taking it around 9 or 10. No, not 9, 10 or 11. But I see this fight being a chess match for sure. This is not going to be, oh, we're running through this guy. Not at all. It's going to be a chess match. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to see how these two gentlemen actually work each other out in the ring. But it's something that I can't wait to see.
All right,
and I wanted to also say it's good to hear from you, brother, and God bless.
All right,
you and the chat.
Shout out to Lecho Jet, man. Salute, fam. New Mexico, stand up. Yeah, online, no one is talking about that. Everybody online is talking about bull rushing this. I don't hear like ring IQ. I don't hear like hand-eye coordination, ring IQ, who can establish the space and distance, what's going to happen if it comes down to a chess match and stuff like that, and somebody got to figure something out because this guy who you thought he was going to bull rush really can pop, and vice versa. No one is talking about that, and I'm like, nah, and I think that's why my pick is what it is, because I'm looking at it from a total different perspective than a lot of the people that's online. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's good, Coach? Just Fast from Baltimore. How you feel?
Man, Fast and Be More. Talk to me, fam.
Nothing much. Chilling, baby. Chilling. Man, I think Bud is gonna fuck around, stop him. At first, I was going to take a little safe route. Would have thought my man would win 7-5, but man, Spence sitting there getting caught with combinations from Derrick James and shit. Like, he gonna get caught with the same shit, but I think Bud gonna throw it on the opposite side. He ain't gonna finish it with the left. He gonna finish it with the right, and he gonna drop Spence dumbass. Watch. That's what I think gonna happen. But I'm excited, man. I ain't been this excited for a fight since Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, and that shit was kind of different over here because at the time we had the Freddie Gray shit going on, so it was like wherever you was at watching that fight, you had to stay the night. You had to stay the night there and shit because they was on some curfew type shit. You know what I mean? They had the military down this motherfucker, so I remember that fight vividly. But I feel like that fight was one of them fights like they just waited too long. I don't think this fight was too long overdue. It felt like it, first when they had that confrontation backstage, you know what I mean? So
that was 2018.
You think it was a long... Yeah. And you think that it was really a long time, but the way time be flying and shit, man, I think it's perfect timing, actually. And we ready to get this shit twice in the same year.
Yeah, twice in the same year. Hey, Fast, let me ask you this. What do you think about Spence saying that this is going to be his last fight at 147? He said that he's definitely moving up. His next fight, 147, too hard for him to make. He's going to 154. If there's a rematch, it'll have to happen. It'll have to happen at 154. What say you about that? As it relates to?
Damn, he said.
Yeah, he said that yesterday.
I didn't know he said that.
Yeah, he said that yesterday.
Damn. Shit. I mean, that's crazy. Like, I think that's crazy. Like. What you mean? You got a rematch at 154? Like, ain't nothing on the line like that. You get what I mean? Like, the belts make it all what it is. Like, yeah, we got two good fighters in the ring, man, but them belts, man, that's what make it put it all on the line, baby. All them belts. I think that's crazy if that's what he's aiming to do. That's why Bud need to solidify and just beat his ass. I think Bud, for real, if he talking like that, go on and beat his ass and retire, bro. Go on and beat his ass, retire on top, and since he want to play games like that, talk about 154 and all that for a rematch, that's crazy. I think that's crazy, Coach, for real. But I'm ready to tune into this press conference and keep on looking in your show. I appreciate it.
All right, shout out to Fast and Be More, man. Salute, fam. Fast and Be More. I think about like when I think about this fight, man. Like you had the old school fighters back in the day, Henry Armstrong, You know, of course, Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, in the 70s, 80s. Sugar Ray was a bad boy in the welterweight division from like 77 to like 82. Ray Robinson, the best welterweight of all time, and then he dominated the middleweight division as well. You know, so I had this one guy tell me, I forgot my brother name, young brother, man. He said that, yeah, man, you know, Floyd Mayweather is the most accomplished fighter, welterweight or whatever. He had 25 belts, and he was saying that Floyd Mayweather was better than Ray Robinson. Now, you know I ain't let him off the hook with that. I said, no, he said he accomplished more. He had more belts. I said, well, back when Ray Robinson was fighting, they only had 1 belt. When Floyd fought, they had 10 belts. So you can't. That's why he was able to get more championships than Ray Robinson. God damn it, they had a whole lot more belts in today's time when Floyd was fighting versus when Ray Robinson fought. True. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Coach, man? What you saying, man? You good? Cassidy, man.
Cassidy, I can't hear you, man. You sound real low, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You just need to speak up a little bit, but I got you. Cassidy, from London. Talk to me.
Yeah, heavy bag. What's up, Coach, man? You get me? Are you ready? Are you ready for one of the biggest fights that we're gonna get over the past decades or so? Are you ready for this?
Oh, absolutely, I'm ready.
Okay, and obviously you've made your prediction, of course, you know what I'm saying to you, and you've gone over the weaknesses and the strength of both fighters, you know what I'm saying to you. I'm happy that we're going to witness greatness over the weekend. Obviously, I'm going to Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying to you, because of his dedication, you know what I'm saying to you, his responsibilities. He's a great advocate for the sport. So is Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying to you, but he's just not on the level of a Terence Crawford. Errol Spence has been out of the ring for over 450 to 60 days, almost 500 days he's been out of the ring, and he's going up against an apex predator like Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying to you? They always slander the man. No one gives him his credit like his due. Errol Spence has been back and forth about, he ain't fought nobody, he ain't done this, he ain't done that. The next minute he's saying that he's got a tremendous amount of respect for him. Then the next minute he's saying that, oh yeah, he's a great fighter. Yes, I know I'm up against. I know it's not going to be easy. So, you know what I'm saying to you? Respect to both fighters for giving us what we want. You know what I'm saying to you? We're going to be in for an action-packed fight. You understand, Coach? So, and salute to you for even riding this out all the way to the end, you know what I'm saying to you? Because all of us had no hope of this fight really happening, but the two came together and to give us what we want.
All right. Well, listen, man.
And
Shout out to Cassidy.
And another thing, Coach.
Go ahead.
Now, one more thing, Coach, man. I don't like the way how people have now begun to throw Stephen Fulton underneath the bus. This is what us English guys, we don't do. We don't throw our fighters underneath the bus. But hopefully Stephen Fulton comes back. He's going to be a world champion again. Salute to him. Even though he looked like he didn't put up an effort, well, he did. You know what I'm saying to you? So thank you, Coach. Thank you for your platform. And thank you for, you know what I'm saying to you, having this platform for allowing us to speak.
All right. Shout out to Cassidy, man, from London, man. Salute, fam. Thank you, sir, for calling the show, Cassidy. Butch Cassidy in the building, man. Salute, fam. Got another call, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is M1 from the BX.
M1 from the BX. Talk to me.
What's up? Hey, yo, my predictions, right, Coach?
Well, we doing predictions tomorrow.
Let me say something about the fight from Inouye yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before that knockout, the round before, if you seen it, he hit him with a jab, and he had hurt him already in the round before. Inouye had hurt Cool Boy.
Okay, he hurt him in the round before, yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, if Crawford is as mean as I know that he is, I think Crawford's gonna target his mouth and he gonna loosen them teeth up, and they gonna stop that about the 8th round with his teeth hanging out his mouth.
All right, that's what you got. That's your prediction.
What's up? How y'all doing, man?
All right, well, shout out to N1, man, from the BX, man. Salute, fam. Thank you for calling the show, my brother. BX, stand up, man. BX, stand up. Yeah, so, again, like, the way I'm seeing it totally different than a lot of people. I think it's going to be a thinking man's game. I don't think this is going to be a war. I think they will fight in spurts. It's not going to be like the Sean Porter fight. Remember how Spence and Sean Porter fought each other, and Spence went at Porter, Porter went at him. and they was tussling and throwing blows, and Porter was, you know how Porter swing. Porter started swinging wild and landing in different angles and footwork, and Porter was spinning them and stuff like that. I think it may be that something like that in spots, but it ain't gonna be like that. It's gonna be more pinpoint accuracy punching. It's gonna be more control of distance and range. It's gonna be, no, you ain't finna impose your will on me. You gonna have to go to something else. Like the good fight, like what I used to like about Floyd Mayweather, Ray Robinson, Walcox, a lot of those guys, like they had the ability to take away your best attribute. Whatever your favorite weapon is and your best attribute is, they had the ability to take that away. Nah, you're going to have to come up with something else. You got to come up with something else. And then you got to try to figure something out. Come up with something else because that ain't working. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking at. I think of Floyd Diego Corrales as well. Just, woo, Lord have mercy. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Raheem from DC, coach.
Raheem from DC, talk to me, fam.
Hey, I just got one question, right? Because they signed a two-fight deal, right?
Yes, sir.
In your opinion, right? Who is most likely to win the first fight and destroy the second person, the person in the second fight with adjustments? Like, who would you pick to say, oh, well, you know, Crawford wins, he probably will do even better the second fight, or vice versa? That's the question I have for you, coach. That's all I want to ask you.
All right, shout out to Raheem from DC. Coach. Salute, fam. So Raheem is saying, if there's a second fight, who would be able to make the adjustments in the second fight or whatever? I'm always going to pick Crawford, you know, because I just think that he has a lot more tools in the toolbox. You know, he's not just this one guy, and he makes adjustments on the fly. He's a hell of a thinker in there. He's not this brute, I'm going to just try to bowl you over type guy. He's like a Swiss Army knife. He has more ways to peel the onion back. You get what I'm saying? So versus some guys are just big, physically strong, and can impose their will on you. You know, you have other guys, they have different ways of going about accomplishing the same goal, and that way he stops a lot of people. Like, he's stopping big dudes that's bigger than him. So I will always favor the guy who has more tools in the toolbox versus a guy who will only have one tool in the toolbox. You got a hammer, but dude, I got a hammer, I got a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, I have an electric screwdriver, dog, I have a wrench, monkey wrench, you know, I have I forgot the little sets, the little tool. I have so many different tools, you know, and I can make adjustments, and I've seen fighters that like you before. I've seen several fighters like you before, so I pretty much, you know, once they feel each other out, that's why I say I think that Spence and Crawford are going to do a lot more thinking in the ring, because I think whatever game plan that Derrick James and them may have, I think once they see that doesn't work, meaning I'm just going to impose my will on them and break them, once they see that doesn't work, they're going to have to do something else. And I think that's going to favor Crawford. And then if he go back to, okay, well, can you steamroll him again? I think he's going to get countered and walk into some shots he don't see coming.
True.
That's how I'm playing it out in my mind. You get what I'm saying? That's how I'm playing it out. That's how I'm playing it out in my mind. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Bruce Wayne, man. Shout out to Bruce Wayne. Swat Jones, what's going on, fam? Knockdown 305. It is what it is. Knockdown 305. Yeah, so you ought to know what time it is, man. We're going to go to a short commercial break. A short commercial break. It is what it is. Shout out to my main man, Freeway Ricky Ross, man. Salute to the team, Freeway Ricky.
What's my name? My name is nobody, and I don't live nowhere, and I don't know nothing. I don't know because I know that you gon' tell God on Jesus, kiss a Judas, silver pieces, monkeys acting in the monkey show. Gangsta monster killer, silverback. Where is your rap sheet that you never explains? Moving fast, thinking slow. Dummy clown, silly Billy, need a hug. Thugs on drugs, monkeys acting in the monkey show.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's your boy Napaj, coach. How you doing on this beautiful day?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Napaj, talk to me, fam.
Man.
Where you calling from, fam?
Like we had that man, you know I'm calling from Ohio. I'm calling from Columbus.
All right, Columbus, Ohio. Talk to
me. The capital of Ohio. Hey, man, I just wanted to tell you a few different things. I got a couple of things I want to hit on, and they're kind of on different subjects, but they're all the same. We're talking boxing. So The Stephen Fulton A New Way fight. Coach, I told you what I needed Stephen Fulton to do.
Right.
A couple of things he did not do. I don't know if you don't remember because you get a lot of calls throughout. But when I talked to you about it, I told you, I said, I need him to make sure that he gets low sometime and hit the jab first. Down low to the solar plex, chest, down low, step out and come around, and then come with a jab up high, then throw your right, which he did not release his right. It was like he was sluggish. Mm-hmm. It was like he just couldn't do it, or I ain't never seen him hold his punches like that, Coach.
Do you want to know why do you think he was holding his punches?
Well, because also Inouye's power is crazy, but he's fought guys with good power. So I'm thinking that Inouye's power is good, but he's sharp. Inouye is sharp. But at the same time, it's like it's hard for me just to say that's what it is when I've seen him fight fast dudes before. I've seen him fight dudes that were just straight vicious and don't stop, know how to cut the ring off on him and slow his feet down. But his hands didn't stop. Like the Figueroa. Figueroa hit hard and make you think and cut the ring off and fast and got hard and ain't taking a loss.
I think them two different styles though. Figueroa is a big guy. He's very slow feet. That fight, he was able to smother Cool Boy. Just two different styles. But I do get what you're saying. It's two different styles. Yeah.
It is two different styles. But gather in. The thing is, Cool Boy is also supposed to be one of the brothers that could be in the ring. And I don't mean like brothers as in color. I mean just in brothers. I call people brothers. One of the brothers that could be in the ring and make moves. He has a slick style. He does. He got a style where he can move and jab and move. I don't know why he didn't jab and then turn Inoue. Knowing that the dude was going to come with some power. And look, if Inoue's jab is coming, how come you weren't jabbing more with him? Look, you can feel his power from his jab, but you got to make sure you drop two jabs and drop one of your fast hands on him like boxers do it. I didn't see him doing boxing things, Coach. I
got a good explanation for that.
Say it to me real quick, because I got something else to hit you with.
Okay, see, because I gotta let other people call the show, but that's because of timing. He's fighting a guy that was faster than him. He's fighting a guy that had better timing than him. He fought a guy that was stronger than him, even though Cool Boy was the bigger fighter, and he fought a guy that had better footwork than him. And Cool Boy didn't have any punching power, and he fought a guy that was counterpunching the hell out of him. So every time he tried to shoot that jab, that right hand was coming over the top, which he got hit with a couple of times. That's why he wasn't doing that.
Yeah, I saw that, man, but I guess I just looked at it like, man, you got to have some heart. Where's the heart? And where's your heart? Like, it was evident even from the first round, Coach. But moving on real quick, man, did you listen to, of course, I got Crawford, right? And I agree with you. I've been on other shows.
I need you to wrap it up on the podcast, but go ahead.
Tell me real quick, my brother, what is going on with Mike Tyson? Do you remember Mike Tyson went to Omaha, trained, birthday, everything, talking about he's a master, telling everybody this and that? How come as soon as Errol Spence get on his show, he called Errol Spence undisputed and said that's what you are, and straight flipped on Crawford right off the bat? What's going on with Tyson?
I saw that interview, but I don't think he flipped on Crawford. I mean, Mike Tyson smoking weed and eating shrooms. So, I mean, I think it was. I mean, that's. I saw the whole interview. That's the context in it. Because Spence asked him why you said Crawford to beat me, this and that, yada 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 yada. He explained why. Then he said Sean Porter was a half of himself, and then Mike Tyson said that's a damn excuse. Y'all making excuses. His dad making excuses. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't think
he called him undisputed in the beginning. He called him undisputed when the show first started.
Yeah, he did. So I mean, it's however you interpreted it, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what does that have to do with the bearing of the fight that's going down Saturday?
Yeah, that's right. You got that right.
And shout out to the Pops, man.
Coach.
From Columbus. Salute,
yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Really has no bearing on any of it. You know what I mean? Hold on, let's get the super chats out the way. Shout out to Jamie Jimenez. He said Bud will give EJ fits. EJ may look confused. Shout out to Latino Perspective, dropping that quarter of a dub. He said, Coach, if it goes to distance, putting aside that it's a PBC fight, who do you think will come out on top from just a pure boxing enthusiast? I'm not gonna lie, that's a hypothetical because you say putting aside putting aside that it's a PBC fight. Well, if it's a PBC fight, if it go to distance, the only way Crawford can win this fight if it go 12 rounds, he's gonna have to drop Errol Spence probably about 3 times in this fight. If he can drop him about 2-3 times in this fight, preferably 3, if we go to distance and dominate him in the fight, like maybe put on like a performance like a, in the second half or whatever. If he can do that, drop him a few times in the fight, then maybe. But in my opinion, if it go 12 rounds, I don't care what he does, he's going to lose. I think he needs to knock this guy out. Terence Crawford know what he's up against. He know what he signed up for. Shout out to Carlos Resendez dropping that $2 super chat. He said Coach Malachi is the real one. He said, but let's go Spence. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, fam. If you're going for Spence, ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Donna Banks. Okay. Dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say Spence already know he finna get stopped, so he can say he was weight drained, and he know Crawford finna knock his eye and teeth out. Facts. Okay, shout out to Donna Banks. Shout out to Jamal Neasy. Shout out to Jamal Neasy dropping that $2 super chat. He say sleep in peace, Spence. Okay. Hold on, guys. Got another call calling in. And we got to get all the guys who gave the super chats. You already know what time it is, how we do it, man. We got to hit everybody with the Huggy Bell who gave $5.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, man, it's Casino Life Prayer, man, 2 times, man.
2 times, Casino, talk to me.
All right, so this is about the subject about, how Spence is a PBC fighter and things like that, and people think that if it goes to a decision, that no matter what, Spence, they gonna rob Crawford and shit like that, But I don't see that, and this is why. When because of the rematch clause, I think like if it go to decision, I feel like they're gonna do the right thing because if you look at when Tank and Ryan Garcia fought, bro, it looked like they was gonna rob Tank just to secure the bag. Like if Tank ain't knock him out, bro, remember that round when he knocked Ryan down? Bro, they scored that shit 10-9. No, they scored that shit 10-10. Like it was a draw. Even though
who was that? You mean one of the judges?
Yeah, one of the judges had the scorecards all fucked up, and it's like Tank knocked them out, and it's like we didn't have to go to the scorecards. But if it hadn't went to the scorecards was fucked up in Ryan's favor, though. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan wasn't the PBC fighter.
So
it's about the money.
Who was up until the knockdown, up until when Ryan Garcia got stopped in the 7th round or whatever, you're saying that Ryan Garcia was winning the fight?
No. What I'm saying is they were scoring it crazy. All right, so the round, it was round 2. Tank knocked down Ryan. The score for that round was a draw. It wasn't, and then nobody scored it no 10-8 or some shit like it.
From all 3 judges? All 3 judges had the second round?
All 3 of them, bro. All 3 of them. Nobody made it a 10-8. And I ain't never seen that shit in my life. So I think the PBC fooling all of us. But they about the money. They don't give a fuck about no fighter. It's a rematch clause on this bitch. They finna goddamn make that shit happen, bro. Like it's up to the fighters in this fight, bro. I don't think the PBC gonna try to rob nobody. It's a rematch clause. Terence Crawford is a PBC fighter right now. Just like Ryan Garcia would have been a PBC fighter if it had been a rematch. You see what I'm saying? Like they getting money. That's what it's about. And it's a big fight. And ain't nothing bigger than the first one than the rematch, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if I agree with that, fam. Boxing is a very corrupt sport. Certain fighters, when you fighting fighters that's considered the company fighter or the A side or whatever, you're going to have to do a lot in order to win over there. A lot of times when you're fighting the fighter that's the company fighter, the A side fighter, a lot of times you're going to be down when you step in the ring 2 rounds before you get in there. So that's a known fact in the sport of boxing. I don't believe the PBC gonna do the right thing or Top Rank gonna do the right thing. There's no such thing as they doing the right thing, in my opinion. It's just a corrupt sport. That's just what it is. So
I see what you're saying, but the reason I look at it is because, all right, before Jamel got the Canelo fight, that's who everybody wanted Spence to fight when he go up. You see what I'm saying? Now it ain't nobody, unless he gonna fight Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? So it's like him and Crawford is like they in a relationship right now, bro. They got rematch clause, all that shit. I just feel like they're gonna do the right thing. But that's just my opinion, Coach, based off of the Tank and the Ryan fight, that they was gonna rob Tank. It looked like the way the judges, and then they got the same judges. They got the same judges. They got the same bullshit judge. The nigga Tim Cheatham. They got the other nigga. I forgot the nigga name, but go look at the judges, bro.
Yeah,
they brought in the same
I see the judges. I do. I'm gonna let you go, but and shout out to Casino Life Prayers, man.
All right.
Yeah, I see the judges. Like I had a few Crawford supporters hit me up. Man, you see the judges in this fight? You see the judges in this fight? I say, yeah, more the well, Crawford got to stop him. See, I'm not. Like I remember when I spoke to Saul Red, and I talked to these guys. I say, listen, man, he know what he signed up for. So we don't know what's going to happen. You can't control what judges do. And that's why I said we can't play victim. You know what it is. Crawford been boxing for 15 years. So he know what it is. He know what the relationship like the PBC. He know about judges. He know how about referees. He understands that. Those great fighters, regardless of who the judges are, regardless of whether I fight you at, I'm going to make the proper adjustments to do what I need to do to win. And that's it. You know, I think he's going to do what he's going to need to do to win. He know what it is. Caller, what's your name and you calling from?
Peace, Coach. This is Sean from Columbus again. What's up?
Sean from Columbus. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah, man. It's funny because I called in last night. I was like 30 minutes late because I was I was actually talking about all this same stuff that the topic is. So, but yeah, it's perfect because this is what I'm to say anyway. You know, Spence, we've seen it before. He got some elementary footwork. He didn't have some elementary footwork. Sometimes I watch the fight without audio, and then I'll go back again and watch just the footwork. There's been a lot of times where, you know, he's moving around, he's taking one foot up off the canvas, he lunging. Yeah. Sometimes he's jumping around. The only person worse that I've seen footwork that's worse is Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? That we hold in high regard. Yeah. That's the only person whose footwork is worse than Spence. So I'm gonna take Bud. You know, I'm biased. I talk to Bo Mac, you know, every now and again. I got to text his phone number. We text whatever. So I'm biased. But other than that, just off skills alone, ain't nobody really, you know, say with a convicted heart that Spence gonna win this. You got to be like biased toward Dallas, biased toward Camp. You know what I'm saying? Just love Bud. But you know, I'm gonna let people talk. But Spence got this, man. I mean, Bud got this one. Bud got this. That's all I want to say, Coach. Y'all have a good one.
All right, shout out to Sean from Columbus. Yeah, see, when I look at boxing matches, I look at stylistically. What does this guy do good? What does Spence do good? Well, he has, you know, he has decent footwork. You know, he's a strong fighter. He works behind the jab. You know, he's a very textbook, fundamentally sound fighter. And when you hear people talk about Spence, that's what they talk about. He's Mr. Fundamentals. I'm going to work behind the jab. Okay, bring the hand back. Okay, I'm going to just, once I get on the inside, I'm going to try to, when I work behind the jab, get on the inside, set my backhand up, and then I come in, you know, just with my weight, my shoulders, and just go to punish you to the body and eventually break you down and stuff like that. So anybody I spoke with, that's what they talk about. I don't care however many people I spoke to. And so when I asked them, I said, okay, well, what happens when a fighter needs to make adjustments? Let's say, what is Spence's strongest attribute? Well, his jab, he got a good jab. I said, if the jab get taken away, then what? What you mean the jab get taken away? Ain't nobody been able to take his jab away. He gonna keep trying it. I said, well, if it get taken away, then what? Like, you know, when you watch these great fighters, a lot of times you got to look and see, okay, plan A ain't working. What about plan B? Like, what type of adjustments you think is going to happen in the ring? And I look at the intelligence of the fighter. Like, some fighters, they need their trainers to tell them stuff, and other fighters, they figure that shit out in the ring. So I think that's why I think Bud got the edge at, and that's why I think he's going to stop him at. Referees, judges, you know, it is what it is. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Dre. I'm in Seattle, man. What's up?
You say Dre in Seattle?
Yeah.
All right, Dre from Seattle. Talk to me.
Hey, I just wanted to speak on something you was pointing out, man. I was wondering about the same thing in regards to
the whole he needs to do something dramatic to win because if you go to distance, it could get real tricky in terms of them. It ain't gonna be no new thing since somebody get robbed or whatever. But I wanted to touch base on what you said also about the or what's going around anyway about the whole rematch clause. And I'm wondering, like, is the rematch clause at 154 because they're hoping if they can edge out a decision, that if they can jump to 154, he might not follow them because he still wants to be undisputed. So if you go to 154, I got to stay down here and take a choice that either I still want these titles and make history, or I chase you to 154. And I'm wondering if that's one of the reasons they're hoping. And what that tells me is they're betting more on a decision, because I agree with you about the fact I think the fight's going to be more technical than people are expecting. I think they're going to come out real technical, trying to figure each other out. But anybody, unless he can land some haymaker, which is possible, it's boxing, unless he lands some haymaker on Crawford, he ain't about to win a boxing match against Crawford. It's not going to go that way. But I'm wondering, man, if they're really betting on the fact they know that he's the A side, they know they'll get the nod. We just need to keep rounds close. We know we'll get the nod. Because I still to this day don't buy the whole boxing against Mikey Garcia thing. I wanted to show people nobody's impressed with you boxing more so than watching you knock somebody out. So that it never made sense to me to say, well, I wanted to show people I could box. I just think Mikey Garcia had decent footwork, but was too small to make it easy for him to just pressure him and stop him.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, Dre. I'm glad you said something about Mikey Garcia being too small. Do you feel that Terence Crawford is too small?
No. I think he's smaller, and I do think size matters in boxing. I think that is a fact. That's true. But I do believe in the idea on most cases a good big man beats a good small man. This ain't a good big man this is a good big man and a great small man. So I think it balances out a little more. Like I said, if he beats Crawford, I think it's going to be him landing some haymaker, man. Like, it's going to catch him with something. But
let me ask you
he
this.
ain't about to outbox Crawford.
Let me ask you this. How was Crawford small when he's been in the weight division for 5 years?
I'm not saying he's small. I'm saying he is a naturally smaller guy. You think he's the same size as No, I'm just saying he's naturally smaller. I do think this, though. I think people fail to realize that Crawford as a wrestler, this is going to balance out for a couple of reasons. Crawford as a wrestler has a lot of balance and physical strength. Errol Spence, man, when you watch him, there's a couple things that go on with him. And I like Errol. I'm not knocking Errol. I like Errol Spence. But there's a couple things that I noticed with him that for me, he's off balance, man, offensively. He has a weird style. It's weird because it's like this. He's very athletic defensively, but offensively, it's almost robotic sometimes. He's like off balance when he fights offensively, but his defense is real solid, and his reflexes are better defensively than offensively. You'll see him swing and miss punches. You'll see him off step, stuff like that. And so it's just, I'm not sure how that'll play out. I don't think you can't just do 1-1-2, 1-1-2 to the body on somebody like Crawford, because he's going to time you eventually. And he's going to catch you unless you throw a haymaker with that size, whatever that might catch him off. I think this fight looks a little more, man, possibly like a Cotto Margarito one, Hopkins.
You mean Margarito, the one Margarito, the one that had the loaded gloves?
Well, right. You could say that they didn't. As far as that fight goes, nobody ever proved that. Whatever. But put it this way. Yeah. The plaster in his gloves didn't win the fight. The plaster in his chin won that fight. You can't disprove the fact that he was taking Cotto shots, and that's what threw Cotto, made a problem for Cotto. Winston Lane don't have that type of chin. When he gets touched, he goes into defense mode. Again, he's good. I like Errol Spence, man. I'm just looking at this, and it's crazy how people are so one-sided and mad and still making the argument like even now who he fought. Like, it don't matter at this point who he fought or what his resume is. The fight's happening.
Okay.
If you keep saying he ain't fought nobody and he's not good, if he beats you, now it's going to be on you. Well, you was never that good to begin with.
I got you.
Because if he turn around and lay you out, if Crawford lays him out, then it's just going to be like, well, damn, he kept saying he didn't fight nobody, wasn't no good, then it's really, I guess you wasn't that good to begin with.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm just wondering, man, this whole thing about they going the distance. I will not be surprised if it goes a distance that we sit here and see some controversial nonsense. But I just think hopefully he's aware of that.
I got other calls called on that.
Hopefully. I also wanted to ask you, man, was there any truth about the? Oh, I just wanted. Was there any truth, man, about the whole Crawford getting hurt in sparring? Is that just one of the rumors that's going around?
Where did the rumor come from?
It's online. Just like I said, I'm asking you to put more touch to me. So.
Yeah, I don't. I don't pay attention to rumors online, man. Especially when you don't know where they're coming from. Anytime you hear a rumor, always question the source from which you come from. Salute, fam. I'm trying to let everybody call in, man. I'm trying to let everybody call in, man. That call was 6 minutes. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Miguel from Wilmington. Big bad Wilmington in the house.
You said Wilmington. What's your name is?
Miguel.
Miguel from Wilmington. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Coach? First of all, I want to thank Al Heyman for getting my call through. I couldn't do it if possible. It was for him. You got the best service all around. So I just want to get that out there. And shout out to Sam Watson, too, for managing my phone bill. But first off, man, I think T-Bud's going to get him, bro. Like, point blank period. I think the only chance Spence had was when T-Bud came up. He could have got him a little earlier, but he got a little bit comfortable at that weight, being there for 5 years, putting on the weight. I don't know if you see his picture working out, man. He looks ready. He looks like he's ready. He looks sharp. Nothing against Spence. He's a great fighter, but I just think he's a little predictable. The way his time file is, comes forward, really doesn't move off the line a lot. He kind of does, but he doesn't. And he gets complacent, I think, sometimes. And I think T-Bud, when he brings to the table, he's just too much in the toolbox, he can go to. So that's my prediction. And, I just want to say fuck all the Canelo haters. But let's keep going. But, Coach, keep going, man.
Please don't break up Canelo, boy. Canelo is one fight I don't want to bring up. Shout out to Miguel from Wilmington, man. Yeah, man, bro, please don't bring up the C word. Anything but the C word. Anything but the C word, boy. When we bring Canelo name up, boy, God damn, boy. Lord have mercy. Do not bring that man name up, not today. This week is Crawford and Spence week. Let's talk about Crawford and Spence, not the C word. Ah, damn, boy. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jerry from Tampa.
Jerry from Tampa, talk to me.
So, this, I'll tell you one thing, Coach. This is probably going to be the first fight that I, pay for, pay-per-view in a long time. I've seen a lot of people commenting online about streaming, but this is the type of fight you definitely want to, you want to support, because these guys are going to keep fighting, they're going to keep fighting jelly beans unless people are putting their money on the fights that they want to see. Now, as far as the prediction, I had called you a few weeks ago, and I mentioned that it kind of, the styles reminds me of Trinidad and Oscar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
But one difference I see with this fight is, even though Spence is the pressure fighter, Trinidad back in the day, he had the mean streak. So when in that fight, when Oscar felt, the other guy was stronger, he was on his feet and he was almost in survival mode at the end. But for this fight, from what I see, Crawford seems to be the one that, he's got the meaner streak. He's stopping every welterweight. He's stronger. Trinidad and Spence, I don't think they're that great fighting on the back foot. So we're gonna, we'll have to wait and see. But I think once Crawford gets a feel for him, he might be able to stop him later on. Okay. But that's all I got for you, Coach.
All right, shout out to Jerry from Tampa, man. Salute, fam. Shout out to the Bay. I remember when I was listening to Tommy Brooks, right? Legendary trainer Tommy Brooks, he used to train Pernell Whitaker. He's trained Pernell before. He said that was the best fighter he's ever seen. Pernell Whitaker, Mike Tyson, just a legend, just a lot of the legendary great fighters. And I interviewed him on this show. Shout out to Major Key Boxing for making that happen. Major Key Boxing, salute to you, brother. He said, I asked him, I said, man, when you go into a fight, big fight, whatever the case may be, when you have a fighter, do you have a plan A, B, C, and D? Just in case plan A don't work, you go to B. Just because plan B don't work, you go to C. If C don't work, go to D. He said no. He said, I have a plan A and a plan B. I said, why is that? He said the worst thing you can do is confuse a fighter. Carla, hold on. He said the worst thing you can do is confuse a fighter. You can have all of those plans, and if that fighter is confused, you can tell because he's in the ring thinking. You can see him thinking like trying to figure out what to do next. Perfect example of that is Anthony Joshua. When Anthony Joshua, I like Joshua, but he's one of those big robotic, strong fighters. And when he got in there with Alexander Usyk, he literally did not know what to do. You saw him in there thinking, and Usyk was beating him to the punch. Anthony Joshua was the bigger, stronger, taller fighter, had the longer arm reach. Usyk was a smaller fighter that moved up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, but he boxed circles around him with timing and speed and everything. So, but Tommy Brooks said this. He said, some fighters, you can put more on their plate. Like if you got a fighter that has a high ring IQ, there's a lot of things you don't even have to tell that fighter. He will make the adjustments himself as it go along. He say, but most fighters, he say the worst thing you can do is confuse your fighter. I have a plan A and a plan B. If plan A don't work, we go to plan B. If plan B don't work, we go back to plan A and try to make adjustments. That's what he told me.
True.
Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
Coach Malachi Williams, Willie Cole from Houston, Texas. How you doing, brother?
Willie Cole from Houston. Talk to me, fam.
Okay, real quickly, man. Look, I ain't gonna make it long this time, because I want to hear what your thoughts are. Me and you talked about the other day if Spence was to lose the belt on the scale, how would Bud win them? And they had to fight. I get that.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like Spence may make it. He may make the weight. Bud beats him. Errol enacts his rematch clause, and he wants to fight at 154 because I heard, I guess that was last night or something.
Yeah, he said yesterday.
He did an interview.
He said yesterday in an interview.
And he said, he said he's through, right? At 150, he's going to 154.
Yeah.
What incentive would Bud have if he's already won the belt? What incentive would Bud have to go to 154 to fight him for nothing? And I'll hang up and listen. Coach, great show, brother.
All right, shout out to Willie Cole. He said if Crawford were to win the fight, what incentive would he have to fight Errol Spence again at 154? I mean, the contract. And that's simple. If you have a rematch clause in the contract, a two-way rematch clause, a two-way rematch clause, whether Bud was to win or lose, or if Spence was to win or lose, what incentive would both of them have in fighting each other? I mean, it's in the contract. So if one guy activates a mandatory, it is what it is. That's the incentive. Dog, we got a contract. We got a contract for a rematch. You beat me. I want to activate the rematch. And so when I reactivate the rematch, we're going to fight here. And we're going to get paid and do it all over again. It ain't going to be no belts, but it is what it is. If you have a contract, that's what it is. And the contract is valid. Why? Because of money. So, it is what it is. So the contract, the money, it's the bigger fight. Shout out to Gregory Lewis. Hey, okay. For dropping that half for bam, dub with your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Bud would stop Spence by the 10th round. He said Spence cannot dominate a moving target. He keeps his head on the center line. Salute, coach. I definitely agree with the center line part. He definitely keeps his head in the center line. That's why I say I don't think this fight is going to be anything like a lot of people think it's going to be. It's not. It's not going to be when Spence fought Ugas. It's not going to be how when Spence fought Porter or Mikey. It ain't going to be nothing like that. It ain't going to be nothing like that. Caller, hold on. Shout out to Barry Business. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, what's good, coach? He said, what do you think about a lot of people saying Crawford overtrained for this fight? I mean, we're going to find out Saturday. I haven't heard anybody say that Crawford overtrained. Crawford always trains, to be honest with you. When I met Crawford in Omaha in February, he was like 154, 55 pounds at that time. So I don't think he overtrained. He has some good people with him. And probably the people who are saying it are probably the people who don't like Crawford anyways. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, coach? It's your inevitable. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore.
D-Block, talk to me.
What's up, coach? We got 2 days away, man.
You got a lot of noise in
2
the
days.
background. I can't. There's a lot of noise in the background. Yeah.
Oh, my bad, Coach. Let me see. You got people talking. You got people here seeing movies up in this motherfucker. Hold on, Coach. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Coach, we got 2 days before this mega fight. And I saw the Mike Tyson show yesterday with Errol Spence. Did you see it, Coach?
Yes, I saw it.
All right. So I want to say one thing to all the people that supported Mr. Errol Spence Jr. Mike Tyson just told him in that show, nah, man, you from New York. You from New York, man. You ain't from Dallas. So that's the whole point, Coach, that I'm trying to make in this call. I'm trying to open my people's eyes that are supporting somebody that says that they're from D-Town. And even my own city that he's representing ain't really my city that he's representing. It's DeSoto. I got to keep on pushing this narrative, Coach. It's DeSoto. He got the wrong D on that, Coach.
That's what that. But, but I think that's what they introduced him as from DeSoto, Texas, right? Yeah, because they never say he's from Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like the announcers yesterday in the press conference, they say he's from DeSoto. So DeSoto was in Dallas, though, right? Is that like a suburbs in Dallas, or what is it?
That's
Dallas
outside.
County.
That's outside from the actual city. Okay. You know what I mean? We really don't look at them like a part of us. You know what I mean? It's like you got an extra cousin somewhere.
Oh, that's not the city of Dallas.
No. That's like if you're going to a funeral and you find out, oh shit, I didn't know who he was. Yeah, he's your cousin. Yeah. You know what I mean, Coach? He ain't shit. At the end of the day, DeSoto ain't shit to us. You know what I mean? They'll never be. You know, especially trying to represent Dallas, our D-town. So what I'm trying to say, Coach, is Errol Spence. I mean, I could just see it like this, because, I mean, we've said this so many times. We talked about this so long. I remember, what was it, Coach, 4 months ago that we thought this fight wasn't going to happen 5 months ago?
Yeah.
We didn't want to talk about this anymore. We didn't want to talk about this fight anymore, Coach. But guess what? We're here. And Saturday, I will be so happy when that sucker's on the ground, knocked out with his teeth out, Coach. He's going to knock those teeth. He's going to knock those dentures out, Coach. And I can't wait. And for all of Baltimore that love their grandson, which is Tank Davis, he's supporting Errol Spence, by the way, Coach. I know PBC put some money underneath the table for you to support Tank Davis, but your boy, which everybody has they can choose whoever they want, but that brings more hate to me when I gotta hate Tank Davis even more. So when his ass is on the ground, I want Tank Davis to look at that and know when Devin Haney's going to knock his ass out the same way. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore, stand up.
Shout out D-Block. Yeah, I don't know. D-Block, I don't agree with you on that. I don't think Devin Haney knocking out no Tank Davis. I mean, if they fight each other, I seriously doubt Tank Davis, Devin Haney knock out. I mean, he just don't have no punching power like that, fam, to be fair. To be honest with you, D-Block, I think if Tank and Devin fight each other, I think Tank will stop him. I think he'll stop him, especially if he catch him good. You know what I mean? So, I can see Devin kind of outboxing Tank. I can't see that, but I just, for 12 rounds, especially after what I saw with Lomachenko, I'm not comparing Tank to Lomachenko, but he's a southpaw and he does have punching power. So, not to bring those two guys up. I don't want to change the subject on the show, but I see it differently, fam. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is Abel from Riverside.
I'm Abel from Riverside. Talk to me.
I just wanted to touch base real quick on the resume aspect of the fighters, because I've been trying to make a bet, right, on Crawford, but the more I look into, like, the resume, I mean, it kind of does make sense that Spence has a way tougher resume. What's your thoughts on that?
The resume, what does that have to do? The resume has nothing to do with the fight that's going down Saturday. If you feel that Terence Crawford hasn't fought anybody, you have a right to feel that way. If you feel that a 3-division world champion, former undisputed champion at 140, he's beaten several undefeated Olympians, beaten several undefeated fighters, fought fighters at the last minute. He was the underdog in a lot of those fights. If you feel that he hasn't fought anybody, I'm not looking to change anyone else's mind on that. If that's how you feel, that's fine. If you feel that what Spence has done in the welterweight division is better than Terence Crawford's entire career from a resume standpoint, you have a right to feel that way. But Saturday, that the resumes are not going to determine the outcome of this fight.
Yeah, I get you, man. And then for the chat, real quick, the weigh-in should be free, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, take care, man.
All right, shout out to Abel from Riverside. Shit, 2-time Lineal, 2-time Ring Magazine. Whatever. You say he ain't fought, no, okay, fine. Ain't nothing to do with that. Guess what? You fighting the guy who hasn't fought anybody. You're gonna fight him Saturday. So if that guy wins, then what does that make that other person? You get what I'm saying? So, the only way to guarantee victory in any fight, guys, is to stop the guy. Period. That's the only way. The only way to guarantee victory is to knock out. You don't know what the judges are going to do. You don't know how the judges are going to score the fight. And I think every fighter need to fight that way. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This Columbus again. It's Sean from Columbus again. I got to holler at D-Block.
All right, can you make your point fast?
Yeah, I can make it fast. I don't like how they keep disrespecting my boy Devin, man. I don't like it, man. I like Devin. I just think that I think he gets that hate he get. I think he gets that hate he get because his dad. Of course, we all know everybody's number one reason is Bill. Bill say this, Bill say that. He's a promoter. He's supposed to talk his shit, promote his fighter, and aside from that, Devin got a little voice. I love Devin, but he got a little pipsqueak voice. Bill got that voice that carries. So he gonna talk that shit and talk it loud. He's supposed to. That's his son and that's his fighter. But D-Block, I love Devin, but he ain't knocking nobody out. Let's just be real. I love Devin. That's my number one favorite fighter. But he ain't knocking nobody out. We just gonna say it like that. But yeah, that's all I got for you.
All right, shout out to Sean from Columbus. Yes, sir. Devin Haney Tank. Devin Tank made a whole lot of money. $30 million fighting Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia made $30 million fighting Tank. Both guys made a boatload of money, crazy money. So, let's pivot a little bit. What say you guys about this pay-per-view? I'm hearing a lot of people talk about this Spence Crawford fight. At first, I was saying, this fight, it'll be lucky if it do 500,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, I've taken a change. It's like as this fight get closer, I'm hearing rappers talking about this fight. Spence and Crawford are going everywhere promoting this fight. Now, neither guy have the most exciting personality in the world, but that's neither here nor there. They're not doing what they're hitting all of the podcasts, which is smart. And both men are promoting this fight. Both men are getting paid from a promotional standpoint. You got TBC Promotions with Terence Crawford Promotional Company is one of the promoters for this fight. You have Man Down Promotions. It's one of the promoters for this fight. Tom Brown, the white man, is one of the promoters for this fight. So they're going to make a lot of money from a promotional standpoint. I'm starting to lean more towards what a lot of you guys were saying. I don't know, man. I'm hoping to do about 800,000. Especially because these guys are getting paid an 8-figure guarantee. If it do like 800,000, man, I don't know, man. I'm starting to think $1 million now. I'm starting to think $1 million now, to believe it or not. I'm calling. What's your name? When you calling from?
What's good, Coach? It's Kenny from North Carolina.
Kenny from North Carolina, talk to me.
I just had a question for you. You think Crawford? You think he better and more comfortable from the orthodox or southpaw position?
I think either way. I think what it is I think either one. I think he's comfortable with orthodox or southpaw. I think what Crawford does is, he comes out in a certain stance and he looks to see what is it that you're trying to bring to the table, and then once he see what it is you're bringing to the table, see what style that you want to come at him with. Like they say with Lomachenko, he's downloading the information. Then he does what he needs to do in order to take away your strengths so that you have to go to option B and C and D. So to answer your question, I don't think that he's more comfortable in southpaw or orthodox. I think he's comfortable in whatever stance he needs to go in order to take away your best attribute.
So you think he's just as effective orthodox as he is southpaw?
Yes, because I've seen him win fights as orthodox.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say I think this fight he's gonna have to be orthodox, because if he don't, he's not gonna be able to take away his jab.
Okay. All right, we'll see. We're gonna find out in 2 days. But
yeah, that's all I had though.
All right, shout out to Keenan. We're gonna find out. And see, that's the beautiful thing about it. Tomorrow's prediction day, we're gonna make our predictions, but tomorrow Saturday, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out who's able to do what. We're gonna find out who's able to do what. You know what I mean? We have our predictions, but guess what? We're gonna find out who's able to do what. So, I don't bought 3 pay-per-views. I'm buying 3 pay-per-views. I haven't bought this fight yet, but I have it right here. I do have a subscription with Showtime. Trying to buy it on my. I have a Fire Stick right here, as you guys can see. I have a Fire Stick, so I'm going to buy the fight on my Fire Stick. I downloaded the app and everything, so I'm going to log into my Showtime account. But I'm buying 3 pay-per-views. One for me, one for my cousin. One for me and one for my 2 cousins. Caller, what's your name? You're calling from?
I'm calling from Palm Beach County.
What's your name? What's your name?
Freddie.
Freddie, Palm Beach County. Talk to me.
Hey, if Spence lose, I'm going to smack you. You hear me?
Can you repeat that, sir?
You heard what I said?
No, sir. That's why I'm asking you to repeat it. Did you hang the phone up, sir? All right, he hung the phone up. Freddie from Palm Beach. Oh, man. Anyways, shout out to Big J, man. It is what it is, man. Shout out to Big J. What's going on, fam? Knockdown 305, Dade County's finest in the building. Who else we here? Shout out to Matt Hears. Shad, what's going on, fam? It is what it is. Shout out to Yamas Porter. He said, Yamas said he talking dumb shit. Hey, I got these kids. I got these kids with these ski masks on. I got these kids. Hey, they do. Hey, Yamas. He probably had a ski mask on, changed his voice, made up a Buddha Deem name. I mean, I knew it was a troll as soon as I heard it. Made up a Buddha Deem name. You know what I mean? Yo, nigga, I see you. I was about to sit out of you. I'm sorry, what he said again? Can you repeat that? I'm coming again and say what? I'll come again and say what? Yes, sir. Yeah. When I see you, if Spence lose, when I see you, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Come again and say what? Can you repeat that, sir? I didn't hear you. You heard me? No, sir. That's why I asked you, can you repeat it? You know, if I ask you to repeat something, how you going to turn around and say, did you hear me? Nigga, if I heard you, I wouldn't be asking you to repeat it. True. He motherfucker low IQ, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Oh, my God.
Dumbass nigga slipping like we not on his ass.
Bro, you at the crib?
Yeah.
That nigga Jerry here.
What?
Got one.
All right, man, it's on the floor. Got one, y'all. This dumbass nigga slipping.
Trying to tell you what it is, boy. We got that nigga, dog. I swear to God, we got that nigga Yamas in the chat. There you go. We got the yapper. Pull out the yapper. Cock it. Whoa, let me shoot that nigga. I'm trying to tell you, dog. Spence lose, dog. My nigga, I'm telling you, slap shit out you, dog. I swear to God, dog. Well, we ain't even playing over here, bro. Gun emojis, threats. Bro, like, come on, man. True. I got all the jitterbugs? I got all the jitterbugs calling me today. I got all the jitter. Hey, listen. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's prediction day, and tomorrow is Tenderoni Fridays. I do not receive threats on Fridays. Coach Malachi, you can threaten me on Sunday through Thursday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no Friday. Saturday, love. So I'm off on. I normally take off on Saturdays, but we're going live for the fight this weekend. So you can threaten me on Sundays through Thursdays. Fridays, I don't, and then of course Saturdays because we go live for the fight. Fridays and Saturdays, I don't accept threats, but I accept threats, gun emojis, drop the addies, I'ma pull ups. You better not come to the fight. Come to Chicago. Come to Memphis. What that nigga Whole Money said? Nigga, come to Memphis. Come to Memphis. So I had Whole Money say, come to Memphis. And the other nigga, Craig Paul, said, come to Chicago. Come to Chicago. Come to Chicago. I'm like, well, my nigga, what if you as gangsters that you say you are, why don't you come here to my city? Normally, like the mafia, like the real G's, the real gangsters, right? What they do is, like in the mob and stuff, if they have a problem with somebody and they put a hit out on somebody, they want to go get them. They go wherever they at, right? Yeah, man. What we gonna do? Hey, listen, let's get let's get our squad together. Hey, listen, we want to get this guy down. He's in Florida. We got the address right here. This is his addy. Well, this is where he be at. I need to send you guys down there to go get him. Can you handle that? Yeah, like these dudes, come to Chicago, come to Memphis, like living with their mothers. You can't make this up.
True.
Nigga from Palm Beach. He called from a Palm Beach number. Nigga from Palm Beach saying what he gonna do when he see me. You know how long I've been hearing that? Hey, listen. If I had $1 for every time a nigga said he gonna do something to me when he see me since I've been on YouTube, I would be a multi-millionaire.
True.
Whole money, and he live with his mama. What the nigga name? Money B from Brooklyn. Then he called back crying. Yo, I'm sorry, dog. I ain't mean to do it, man. The FBI came to my house, dog. You had to put the feds on me. You know, I'm just saying, dog. Why you put the feds on me? You know, I say, dude, you say you was about that life. Nigga, I'm about that life. Well, I ain't put the feds on you, dog. But you said you gonna shoot with my head. I did drop your number in the phone. I did drop your number in the chat. You called back saying, why you got people calling me? Then you call Cop Deuces. I gotta let you jitterbugs know something. When you say you are about that life, and you online snitching on yourself, understand that going to jail is a part of being about that life. Like, what part of that you don't understand? Or getting killed yourself is a part of being about that life. Because if you're talking about physically doing something to somebody, and you threaten them and forewarn them, and then you mess around and dumb enough to bring you out to Tampa, Florida, you know, with that bullshit, you know, it's a 99.9% chance that it's not going to work out the way you think it's going to work out. So, but all of that is a part of being about that life. Just understand that, okay? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? You're the last call.
Coach, D-Block 2 times. My bad, Coach. Look, Coach, I got to tell you something right now, Coach. And I know you're doing the show and everything like that, but when you get a chance, watch the press conference right now. Families are literally fighting with each other, like verbally, though. And Terence just got through talking shit to Errol Spence's family and verbally. You know, this is lit right now, Coach, what I'm talking about. I mean, and Errol just right there standing, like, he grinning, like, you know, and like you said, Coach, Terence is about that life. You know what I mean? He's a real G, like I said, Coach. So when you get a chance, Coach, when you get disconnected, whatever, look at this press conference. It is lit. D-Block, D-Town, D-T, D-Zip, Baltimore, stand up.
Shout out D-Block. Yeah, that's what I'm finna go do now. Shout out to my sister, Bless 365. Okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Yeah, these kind of niggas, boy. Trying to tell you. What it say, sis? You said I got Terence Crawford by between 8 to 10 KO, baby. Shout out to my sister Bless, man. Tenderoni Bless. Salute to you, sis. That woman there, that's a very smart sister. Bless is. Shout out to Ellie Meadows dropping that $2 super chat. He said, you got to be raised in Wakanda speech and logic to get it. You got to be fluent in Wakanda. Like some of these dudes, like you can't make this up. These jitterbugs need to go get them a job, man. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Let's give everybody a shout out who called the show. And we had a lot of calls today, bro. Shout out to Rod from Killer Cali. Shout out to Old School from Chicago. Shout out to William from Spokane, Washington. I will give shouts out to everybody that's in the chat as well. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to, Terrell from Temple, Texas. Shout out to Ron from D.C. Shout out to the whole nigga E-Money who ain't got no money. We're going to start calling you No Money. I refuse to call you E-Money. We can shout out to Whole Money, No Money from Texas. Well, I don't know what about Texas. Shout out to Casino Light Prayers from ATL 2 times. Shout out to Yamas from Brooklyn. Shout out to Jamie from New York. Shout out to Mr. Lemons from KC. Shout out to Electro Jed from New Mexico. Shout out to Fats from B-More. Shout out to Cassidy from London. Shout out to M1 from the Bronx. Shout out to Raheem from DC. Shout out to Napas from Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Sean from Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Dre from Seattle. Shout out to Miguel from Wilmington. Shout out to Jared from Tampa. Jared from Tampa. Hold on, guys. Let me do this. Shout out to Willie Cole from Houston, Southside. Shout out to D-Block from Dallas 2 times. Shout out to Abel from Riverside. Shout out to Keenan from North Cackalack. Shout out to Freddie from Palm Beach. The guy who said he gonna slap me when he see me. Y'all nigga, good luck with that. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Shout out to my main man, Swat Jones. Shout out to my sister, Lisa Bales. Shout out to Bless365. Shout out to Eric G from H-Town. Shout out to, who else we have? Shout out to Swift 718. Shout out to shout out to Green Eyes P. Dr. Paul Evans. Shout out to Ahmed. Shout out to my sister Jackie Hernandez. Shout out to my sister Bless. Shout out to my sister Kiara Kiki. Shout out to my brother from Brooklyn, man. It's Brooklyn in the house. My brother, man, Yamas Porter. Hey, we need 8 more likes before we wrap the show up, man. Hey, listen, if you sitting here watching this live, hate watching, and we know they be hate watching because we got them called on the show with their threats. If you sitting there watching this live, hate watching, Riley, get him.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Shout out to Gumby. Shout out to Gumby. I want to reiterate, guys. Coach Malachi Williams have $1,000 bet on social media. I have another $2,000 bet on the street. The money, the $2,000 is already with my barber. We bet with my barber. Bam. Shout out to Matt Harris from Apaka. Salute, fam. I got family in Orlando. So, if Coach were to lose, I would have to pay Keena. I would have to pay Keena $100. I would have to pay the boxing scientist $40. And I would have to pay Trap from Orlando $350. If I win, I keep that. Simple as that, right? Shout out to Edward Stevens. Shout out to Lisa Bales. School of X-Men. Shout out to Errol Harvey. Ruben Allen, salute to you, my brother. It is what it is, man. He said you want to move back to Brandon, Florida. Yeah, I'm not too far from Brandon. Shout out to Ahmed. It is what it is, man. Once again, it's on, man. Y'all know what time in TI is, man. We're not even playing today, Thursday. I feel like today is Tenderoni Fridays. But shout out to Gloria Day and the Mighty Set Trust. But before we do that, if you are a hater of mine, a couple of the guys who called the show, I got a special
message.
Let
me address something to some of the haters out there about me. Y'all can kiss my ass. Twice.
Shout out to Gloria Day and the Mighty Set.
Gloria Day and the Set Trips.
These niggas don't play. These niggas don't play.
We don't play.
You ain't heard. They be tripping.
We be tripping.
So they swerving on.
We swerve on.
No faking and no snitching. High for the set. Oh, mamas, it ain't no lie. Because niggas gonna bust.
Niggas gonna bust.
I already know, man. We got to say all praises due to the Most High, the most exalted, the most important human being on the planet Earth, according to the pro PBC guys, Mr.
Well, you know, I guess I got to be like everybody else and sing Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me? I'm about to
But a name. Do you have a name?
Oh, nah, I ain't got no name, you know.
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican Monster.
What time in TI is, man. It is what it is. Once again, it's on. We're going to make it do what it do. Shout out to my brother Yarmis. Shout out to Swa. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If I forgot about you, Eric, Grimy, Marquis. Shout out to my brother Rick Timms. Salute to all you guys, man. Y'all know what time it See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.